You're in Braves country.
Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Armchair.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and flat out deceived.
Why did you get so drunk?
You got drunk. I'm just really exhausted.
What's in that cup?
Rum and Cokes?
Do you have any idea how important this is? We're trying to save the pump. Really? This is what you're doing?
Chief, what do you want to do tonight?
Same thing we do every night. Try to take over the world.
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Armchair.
YouTube Live?
Radio station. The radio station you can call your own. What listeners like about our station?
I like everything. It's always on my radio.
We never stop the music, except for now, when I talk.
You're listening to WQVZ, 1700 AM Mission Radio.
For me and the Lord, we got an understanding. We're on a mission from God.
Because he's the armchair quarterback. He's full of beer and he's full of snacks. The all-American man. Yeah, the armchair quarterback. He's kind of fun and he's kind of fat. The all-American man. Well, if you stand and block the screen, you may just lose your life. and that goes for all 30 friends.
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Let me see who we got in here today as we bring Doug into the fold as well. Justin Hightower, good to see you. Justin Green Machine, good to see you. Doug, how are you, sir?
Doing good. All excited for this weekend, I'll tell you that much.
Did you get a chance to catch any of the minor football games yesterday?
The only game I caught was Hawaii winning.
You're talking about on last Saturday?
Yeah, that's the only thing I was able to catch.
That was actually a pretty darn good ball game. It's pretty interesting. I don't think Bobby knew what I was talking about, so maybe you saw it. I didn't see it live. I saw the video afterwards because I was calling the Braves game, so I jump in to action around late third quarter. See it live. I saw the video afterwards. I had it on in the background, but wasn't really watching. But did you see the thing where the kid did the touchdown dance and it got them the penalty that put him into field goal range right at the end of the half? And long story short, he did something else to get them in trouble, get him another penalty later in the game. I want to say it was really ticky-tack late hit or something. And anyways, long story short, those two penalties kind of killed it and ended up getting Hawaii the W when they probably shouldn't have been in the position to win that game. I don't know if you caught that or not.
Yeah, I saw the first one. The second one, I kind of missed. It was so ticky-tacky. It was kind of like, huh? It was like a late. It was a late hit, but all he did was, it was absolutely nothing. I mean, he basically shoved the guy at the end of the play, but it was, barely a tap. So
I guess I'm so used to think because it's hard to separate the two. But what I was the most confused about was them putting such a big penalty on what wasn't much of a touchdown. I mean, a sack dance. And I guess maybe they just don't allow it at all in college football this year. But it's a little confusing to me because you see it all the time in the NFL, nothing happens. And now in college football, where it's supposed to be a more fun, open type league, man, they're not going to let them do anything, I guess.
Yeah, not in that game they didn't.
All right, real quick before we get into the world of college football, we do want to go ahead and touch on some MLB baseball. We'll be doing this every Friday show just to get you caught up. How are you feeling about your Reds' chances of making the wild card? They're sitting 4 games back of the Mets. The Mets have been floundering a little bit. They got a little hot this week, and the Reds on a 3-game losing streak.
Right now, in the way, as a Cincinnati fan, I just seen us blow it. I'm really pessimistic. We're dropping games we should be winning, and it's just driving me crazy. Every time I think we're getting closer and closer, we drop another game. Win one, drop another one. It's like we're going nowhere fast.
Yeah, I still believe in the art of the Mets collapse, so don't give up. That's all I'm telling Reds fans. Don't give up. The Mets will find a way to spit the bit. They just normally do.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't give up on that idea. But if you look at it real quick, because that's really the big thing that's going on in the National League. I mean, you got jockeying for position between the Padres and the Cubs, but they should make the playoffs. And in the American League, you got the Yankees and the Red Sox fighting tooth and nail, trying to see who's going to be the top wild card. Most likely Toronto takes the division. And Seattle's got a pretty good lead on Kansas City. I still give the Reds a better chance of catching the Mets than I do Kansas City catching the Mariners, because the Mariners, to me, have the pitching to withstand any kind of slumps. The Mets, and they are calling up their youngster today, Jonah Tonga, I think is how he pronounces it. Not 100% sure, but he's coming up to pitch. Nolan McLean looked very good his first couple of outings. That was a huge outing for him versus the Phillies. We'll see what the new guy has, but McLean appears to have the it factor to be able to go toe to toe with the big boys at the big moments. the Mets tend to always have these pitchers that just don't show up. Well, it seems like this kid does. The chances that two of them come up in the Mets organization at the same time and have it are highly unlikely, but we'll see, because most Mets believe that this is their best prospect pitching tonight. I don't know how he's better than McLean. But anyways, the Doug's over here scurrying to see. He's not available in any of the fantasy league, son.
No, I know.
Doug gets real quiet. He's like, I'm going to pick him up. He's already gone.
No, I know McLean's
gone. In one league and I have him in the other.
Mm-hmm.
I went to pick him up, and Steven had seen it about 10 minutes before I saw it. And I was like, son of a gun. Should have known, because I think he gets alerts on his phone. I just I'm not doing that with fantasy sports. I'm gonna try to win it, but I'm not gonna let it drive me boo-bats. Real quick before we flip the page of football, man, that had to have been killing you, because I went to look it up last night after the show to see who in the leagues that we're in, that you and I are in, has Kyle Schwarber, and you have him. Is it the Dynasty League you have him, or is it the Trophy League?
Dynasty.
Huh?
Dynasty.
That had to have killed you, because I was like, man, he scored 29 points in our league last night.
I know.
It's just an outrageous amount of points. And if he was neck and neck with somebody, first thing I was going, man, I hope I'm not playing against him. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up cruising past Team Shaka Khan, because he actually waved the white flag yesterday morning, shooting me a text. He goes, well, you did it again. He goes, your team went freaking boo-bats. I was like, you know what happened? The Braves actually started hitting this week. I have too many Braves. I'm probably going to change that strategy next year, because their offense has been so like this the last couple of seasons that it was fun. It was a fun ride in 2023, but 24 and 25, they've just been so up and down. I'm going to have to say goodbye to it. You just can't have that many guys in one lineup and expect it to succeed. And I expect them to have a rough go this weekend, which is fine, because I think I'm going to move on. And next weekend, they are in Wrigley, or next week they're in Wrigley and they're home against Seattle. I don't love that. The Wrigley part I like in the summertime, but Seattle's got a good pitching staff. But it is what it is. As you know, we don't have enough pickups to just all of a sudden change my offense.
Yeah.
So, anywho, we move on from that. I really wish Yahoo or someone would come up with a way to have unlimited offensive pickups, or separate it like X amount of offensive pickups per week and X amount of pitching pickups per week, because it would really help out. But they have not designed that software yet. All right, moving on to college football real quick. Let's hit the stupid underdog picks to let you know. Oh Lord, who did Bobby take? I had to threw the damn thing out. Did he take Hawaii? I think he took Hawaii. I'm almost positive he took Hawaii. I'm gonna have to look at the actual scores here in a second. But give me 1 second. I'll figure it out.
There's no need to fear.
Stupid.
Underdog is here.
Stupid. Underdog. Stupid. Underdog.
I'm almost positive. I just have to double check and see what the score was. I mean, what the kickoff time. It's what I have in. Yes, he took Hawaii. So he took Hawaii as a stupid underdog. I don't know why I threw that paper out, but anyway, I get in the office and go, this is crap. This is trash. Blah, blah, blah. Picks to collect from 3 days ago. Blah. And then I guarantee it was in the middle of all that. All right. I'm going to let you get the next pick, and then I'll take the final pick this week, and then we'll go from there. Where are you going on your stupid underdog pick?
I'm going to take UCLA to beat Utah.
What time is that game?
Let's see. I believe that's a oh my God. I believe that's I thought it was a 7:30, I believe.
You believe or you know? Because I'm at the 7:30s.
Gotcha. Hang on.
Get it together, Doug. Week 1, you're already spitting the bit.
I know it.
11 p.m. on Fox, so you're only off by 3.5 hours.
I'm just looking at. Sorry.
So you're taking UCLA plus 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
what we'll be doing in the future is whoever is the low guy on the totem pole, he'll get to pick first. And Doug, I'll just have to get with you off air. If it's your first pick, if it's Bobby's or mine, whatever, I'll just text it to y'all. So
Gotcha.
Because I thought about always making Bobby let him be the first guy to go per se, but I was like, that's not really fair. It gives a competitive disadvantage for when Doug comes on the air. So we'll do. So right now Hawaii he took him at plus 13.5. That thing actually moved overnight, but he's taking Hawaii plus 13.5. You're taking UCLA, or excuse me, Utah to win it at plus 5.5. And I'm just going to do this mainly because what the hell, it's the first week. I'll go ahead and swing for the fence, and I might as well get something out of this because I'm not taking them on any kind of betting pool, but I'm going to take Florida State plus 13.5. And if they cover, that's great. If they win, that'll be phenomenal, but I'm not expecting it. But you never know. It's as Bobby Bowden used to say, when teams who thought they were from the South, but they would come into Florida and play in August and September, and these teams that would come to the South, like South Carolina, even teams from Alabama and Auburn, and they come in and they think it's hot where they're from, and then they come to Florida, he'd always say, you never know what's going to happen when you get on down in the old briar patch. I remember specifically we were playing South Carolina, which we have to admit that's a Southern team. That's just like Alabama's a Southern team. But they think it's hot where they're at, and then they come in to Hassie on an August. I think that was probably a September game. And I remember South Carolina was ranked, Florida State was not. And at the half, Florida State was up by 2 scores. It was either 10 or 14 points. And this is back in the day when Lynn Swan used to be the college football sideline reporter. This is how long ago it was. And he caught Bobby Bowden heading towards the locker room, and he put that famous tag on, and then he used it a few times over the years ever since. So that's one of my favorite. I wish someone would make a really cool shirt that had a Bobby Bowden type logo on it and talking about the briar patch. But anyways, I'll go with the Noles. I'll probably go down with the Ship. If we win, we get the points that we were underdogs on straight up. So if I win, I get 13.5 points to my credit. If I cover the spread, I get plus 3 this year. We're changing it just by a point apiece. If you don't cover, it's minus 3. So you have a little more skin in the game as far as wanting them to actually cover the spread. And there you go. So Bobby, he's swinging for the fence as well with his, I guess his is 13.5 too, because that's what it was when he grabbed it. I've been telling you that line, assuming we're looking at the same thing, that line moved like 3 or 4 points since yesterday. Because he said 13.5 several times, because I do remember that, and I got off air, and it was a little north of that, but I haven't looked at it since then. It's 17.5 right now. So if you do like Hawaii in that game, just a heads up, it went north for some reason. All right, let's get into it real quick. We're going to do the college football playoff predictions and the odds to make the playoffs, national championship type of thing. And then after that, we're going to get into our 6-pack of picks. So we got to get clicking. Doug, who are the 3 teams that you like in the college football pool to make a run as far as where their odds are at?
First off, I got to go with Texas. I mean, we'll definitely know after this weekend if I'm right, but Texas, far gone, I think, is the favorite. I could almost see them winning the whole shebang, but Texas is my first one that you'll definitely see them in the Final Four. They'll be one of the Final Four teams. Another team I got, and nobody's talking about them, is Penn State. Penn State, this is the year they have to. It's kind of like national championship or bust. They've got 16 returning players. This is probably the most seasoned, probably the best put together Penn State team. But they got to get past Ohio State. That's the one caveat with Penn State. But I expect them in the Final Four as well. And surprisingly, because I didn't think they were a good preseason, but the more I see, the more I like Clemson. I think Clemson will make a run this year. They'll definitely be the ACC champion.
So,
and and I can see them in the one of the Final Four as well.
So just to be clear, what he's telling you, and just take it with a grain of salt, because you are talking about it should be easy money, but at the same token, you're betting a lot to make a little.
Yes.
Texas minus 350, so you're going to have to bet $350 to make 100. Penn State is minus 300, so they're right there is one of the favorites as well. You're going to have to bet 300 to make 100. Clemson's a little better bet, and I honestly think it's probably the best bet that Doug brought up, because you only have to bet 175 to make 100. And to me, that seems like a lot more of a reasonable chance. Now, what I'm looking at was posted just before last night's game. Guarantee you Boise State's number is a lot higher now. There's no way in hell after that debacle last night, that freaking curb stomping that they took, that it's still like that. One of my favorite ones, and I mentioned it briefly yesterday as a part of parlays and stuff, and we'll probably talk about more of that as the year goes on, but I want to get into our six-pack of pick before we run out of time. I like Kansas State plus 280 because you're betting 100 to win 280, and they have a decent chance at making that run. For you Tennessee fans, Tennessee is a plus 300. If you really think the Tennessee, I'm not touching it. But if you really think the Vols are going to be able to solve the quarterback issue and be able to go out there and rock and roll, it's not out of the realm of possibility that an SEC team gets in there with the handful, well, not handful, but 3 losses. You can bet 100 and the total payout would be 400. You win 300. So keep that in mind. A long shot bet that I like, because I don't know if the ACC is as wrapped up as everyone thinks it is. Georgia Tech plus 500. That's interesting because Haynes King's coming back, and he's one of the best, not just players, or not just quarterbacks, but players in all of college football. Georgia Tech's going to be an interesting team. And remember, this has nothing to do with how they do outside their conference. I think Georgia's going to roll them, right? They should beat Colorado tonight. I think they will, but they may not. Won't matter because they're going to have to win the ACC to get in. And all they got to do is get to the dance in Charlotte. And I'm telling you that Haynes King, ask Georgia. They were extremely lucky to beat Georgia Tech last year at the end of the season. And that was a pretty good Georgia team. And that Georgia Tech team should have beaten them. They were the better team that night, but they did some colossal, stupid mistakes that we went over on the air the next day as far as decision making. But it's a talented team. It's going to be interesting to see what Haynes King can do with another go around. The other one you might want to take a look at, I'm going back to the Big 12 because it seems more wide open than the other conferences. Look at Iowa State plus 700. I mean, they kind of stubbed their toe and whatnot, but honestly, Iowa State, you can see once again, all these teams I mentioned, they just have to get into their conference title game, and then you can always hedge it back, right? They don't have to win the conference title. You just got to get to the conference title game. If you pick a team, let's go back to Georgia Tech. You take them a plus 500, and let's say you put 100 down. You get them a plus 500, and they get to the ACC title game. Then whoever they're playing, you can just bet back the on the other side and hedge your bet and come out a winner. Other teams that I think are interesting. Let me see. Where was the other one at? This one is a safer one. It's not as bad as the minus 300, minus 350 that Doug just gave you, but it is going to be almost 1-2 odds. It's minus 190 right now. I like Notre Dame to make the playoffs. And you look at their schedule. If they beat Miami, they've almost punched their ticket.
Mm-hmm.
After they play Miami, their schedule's not as difficult as it has been in years past. And they're going to be able to pretty much run the board after the Miami game. So if they beat Miami, good night, Irene, right? So Notre Dame is one that I'm definitely keeping an eye on because I think it makes a lot of sense to realize that they get to the playoffs and they don't even have a conference championship game. All they have to do is worry about the regular season. Georgia fans, your team's minus 250. I just don't like the payoff, but I would take it before I took Penn State or Texas because at least you're only betting 250 to win 100. Same thing with Oregon, Ohio State. I think they're going to be in it, but I don't really want to lay that much money to have it sit for months and months and months and then get a little return. Okay, let's do this. I mean, you're smarter just throwing the money in the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
Put your money in gold. You're going to make more money over that in a 4-month period. Okay. Give me your Final Four college football playoff prediction.
Penn State.
I'm assuming Texas, right?
Texas.
And then who else?
Penn State, Texas. I'm going to go ahead with Notre Dame. Even Notre Dame was that fourth one. And give me, Texas, Notre Dame, Penn State, and I'll go ahead with Ohio State because I have a feeling they're going to sneak in there.
Okay. So I'm going to take a Big Ten team. I'm going to take Penn State because I kind of like what you said, if not now, when, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to take Georgia. I think Georgia is being overlooked, which is kind of humorous to me, considering how good they've been and consistent they've been over the last several years. By the way, I think Miami's going to find out why they let the quarterback transfer down there to Miami. I think they're going to find out real quick. But anyways, we'll see what happens there.
Yep.
I'm going to take Georgia. I'm going to take Penn State. Just because I think they're going to be seeded highly if they get past Sunday night's game. Give me Notre Dame. I think there's a good chance that Notre Dame gets in there. And then I'm going to hedge my bets and assume that there's another SEC team in there because the way they'll probably seed it. So give me the Texas Longhorns as well. I'm not 100% sure that they're going to win Saturday. They should, considering how much Ohio State lost, and they're returning quite a bit. And everybody thinks Arch Manning is the bee's knees. But they could lose that game and really not have much of a factor in making the playoffs and getting a bye. And they have a relatively easy schedule, especially considering the SEC. By the way, if you're a Gator fan, you got to be sitting there going, dude, what the hell did we do to y'all? What in the hell did we do to y'all? Because 2 years in a row now, they have got a very, very daunting schedule.
It's just an out and out, just a torturous, brutal schedule. That's punishment. I'd almost have to say that's like punishing you for having Charlie Pell as your coach all those years ago or something. Some kind of karma from
it's karma for the University of Florida being just, horrible and despicable people. I'm joking, Gator fans. But it is interesting to me that 2 years in a row, you can make the strong argument that they are having the most difficult schedule in the country. So that's why I'm not putting Florida in there, because I think it's an absolute, I can say it's a joke to take UF, but I'd say that it's going to be a long climb uphill, because I don't know if a team could be happy with possible 4 or 5 losses and consider that a good year, because it would be a good year for Florida if they finish 8-4. It'd be a solid year, 7-5. But I still don't think that the playoff committee is going to take as much of that into consideration. I don't think they're going to put them in the playoffs.
No.
And then after all that gauntlet, if you are in the playoffs, you're probably going to play in the first round, because 4 losses isn't going to get you a bye. And how are you on the injury front by then? Because you're playing some tough teams, a tough sled, and you got to stay healthy enough to make it all the way through that schedule and to get to the Final Four. I'm out. I'm out. There's no way I'm betting UF. And to be clear, when I make these wagers, I never take into consideration who my favorite and least favorite college football teams are. Same thing with the NFL. This is strictly, do I think they could do it? Because I've always looked at it this way. let's say you're a Florida fan and you're betting against Florida State. Okay, if Florida State loses, then you're happy. But if they win and you let's say you're a Florida fan and you took Florida State on the money line this weekend. You're happy Florida State lost this weekend, but you're happy if Florida State wins because there's money in your pocket. So that's the way I've always looked at it. And people are like, no, man, I would never bet on the team that I hate. You're an idiot. That's all I can tell you. Then you're not serious about that. That's all I can tell you. Not serious about actually winning money. You're just out there having fun, and that's fine. A lot of fans are like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into our 6-pack of picks. See if any of these sound bites actually play off well. This is something that they've added. Let's see. Yeah, not too bad. Wasn't sure with all the new configurations. All right. Doug, we're going to go back and forth on this. We can take the same picks if we really like them. Doug and I are these are blind reactions. We do not go over our picks ahead of time. So if we all have the same 6 picks, then that means that something's lining up there. Give me your first pick on the 6-pack of picks for the weekend, college football.
My first one is Florida State, Alabama. I got Florida State covering that spread.
Plus 13.5.
Yeah, 13.5. I got them to cover that spread. You alluded to it just a little while ago, and I agree with you.
Reason?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm waiting on you.
Oh, sorry. No, I was going to say with Florida State, when you really look at your team and everything, all the moves you've made off season, bringing those 4 offensive linemen through the portal, bringing that quarterback from Boston College, I like your team. Your team's a lot stronger than people give them credit for. Now, if they can, if Florida State can,
I'm giving them no credit this year.
I'm actually going to give them some.
2-10, man, and it wasn't a fun 2-10. It wasn't, man. We were in some games. No, we were getting just freaking curb stomped every weekend.
I know, but that's last year. I think this year's different.
Remember last year on like the North Carolina game? Like, this is even a freaking competitive ball game, and they suck. So, and I do believe that the cast of characters they had in camp gave up, and I'm glad that they changed the entire regime except for the head coach. I still believe Mike Norvell's a good head coach. Guy led him to an undefeated season that should have put it to a playoff spot, and if they weren't giving a good old-fashioned tongue bath to Nick Saban, they would have been in the playoffs, and they would have at least made the national title game that year. That was the best defense in the country. But I think it was a hangover, and I could see them having a bounce-back year. I have to see it to believe that's why I'm not touching the game.
Gotcha.
Because I wouldn't even do it on a teaser. I don't know if we're going to be within 20 points of Alabama. I'm going to consume the game, watch it, open mind, expect the worst, and hope for the best. Right?
Amen.
But I'm not telling other people not to touch it. I don't have I look through the college football world through garnet and gold glasses. So most of the times I don't even touch Florida State. But I hope you're right, because I do like what Castellanos should bring to the offense, and I like Florida State to probably get there to beat the 7.5 over under. I'm just telling people you might want to wait till after the first weekend. A, they may be a disaster. B, the number will probably go into your favor once they take that first loss, because what's being baked into the futures on that is the idea that Florida State could pull off the win against Alabama. Well, if they beat Alabama, the expected over under on the wins is going to shoot up to about 9.5.
Yeah.
So I would wait until the end of the first weekend and see where it's at. They're probably going to lose. They lose. It'll probably stick to 7.5, but you'll probably get a better buyout. So anyways, okay. So you're taking Florida State plus 13.5. What's the first one I have? Cause I'm going to try to do it chronologically. Tonight, give me the Army Black Knights. They are giving up 13.5 to Tarleton State, I watch a lot of college football. A lot of college basketball. Tarleton State's a pretty good program, but I'm not betting on them in football. Hell, I was 100% sure that they had a football team all these years of me watching college basketball. They are 1-0, and I think that might be skewing the line. And Army did lose some guys, including their main star from last year behind center, but I still think that Army team is going to be able to plow the field with them. It might be a slow start, but I think they'll eventually wear them down. By the way, that's 6 o'clock on CBS Sports Network. So give me Army. And plus, it's fun to have a game for tonight anyways. But if you don't love that one, I got another one on the way. What's your second pick, Doug?
My second one is Baylor and Auburn. I got Baylor out and out winning this game. Just take the plus 2.5 points. Baylor will easily cover that. I don't even know why Baylor is the underdog in this game. Baylor has returned most of that offense that played last year, including that rookie who set a season rushing record with them. And you're looking for that offensive efficiency with them. I don't see it with Auburn, so take Baylor all day.
I'll tell you another interesting one with Auburn and Baylor is that 58.5.
Yeah.
It seems a little high. Ugh. By the way, Waco, Texas, and I know it's not the swampy heat of Florida, but still, it's going to be 91 degrees at kickoff tonight, 8 o'clock in Waco. Ugh.
Yeah.
Go to
By the way, that's a 8 p.m. Fox game.
Yeah, it's a national game too, so everybody should get it. By the way, for folks that probably didn't stay up and watch it, Nebraska did hold off and beat Cincinnati 20-17. I told y'all yesterday I liked the under. That thing was cleared. You know what the over-under in that game was, Doug? 51 to 52.5, depending on the book.
Oh, I would have bet that under if I'd known that.
Total of 37 points were scored last night.
Mm-hmm.
That was biscuit train or biscuit wheels on a gravy train is what that was. I couldn't run to the window fast enough for that one. I watched a little bit of college football after the game last night. I was going to check out the South Florida game, but they were just absolutely just boat racing Boise State, so it was over before it started. All right. My second game is going to be tonight's game as well, Georgia Tech. Ramblin' Wreck of Georgia Tech and a hell of an engineer. They're going to go into the Deion Sanders Bowl, the Colorado Deons. It is a 8 o'clock kickoff in Boulder, Colorado, so it is a true home game. They're giving up 4.5. I would say wait until kickoff. You'll probably get a better number because a lot of people are going to want to put money on Deion at the right before kickoff. Georgia Tech should absolutely blow them out of the water. This should be a 2-touchdown spread, I believe.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech, assuming they don't get caught up in the big lights in the first game of the season and all that rust, and we all know all that, Georgia Tech's got a better squad top to bottom. And you got to realize all those guys that Deion lost, not just his sons, but he lost quite a bit. And yeah, he brought a bunch in. There's going to be, just like it was the first time he took over, there's going to be a big time adjustment period. And I don't think that they get it down in time. I would be betting the house on this if this was on a neutral site. I give Colorado punchers chance of possibly covering because it's going to be in Colorado. And does Georgia Tech go out there and not play up to expectations? But I don't see it. I don't see Haynes King played some big games last year. I did the game of Miami versus Georgia Tech, and I was extremely impressed by him. So give me Haynes King versus Deion Sanders. What's the next one you got?
I got Syracuse and Tennessee. When I look at this game, you're talking about two teams who have no offensive identity whatsoever. I mean, Syracuse, their offense from last year is completely gone. And Tennessee's got a new quarterback. But Tennessee's defense is going to be the difference in this game. So I didn't like that over of I don't like the over. It's at 50 and a half, I believe. So here I would take the under. I think that's the one true bet to make on this game.
What time is that game again? Noon? It's a noon kickoff, right?
Yeah, that's a noon kickoff.
Okay, so you're taking the Vols and Syracuse under 51 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate that at all. I don't see that being a big high scoring game. And if it is, it's probably a lopsided one.
But
it's in Knoxville. They don't have the AccuWeather up for that one, but it's in Knoxville. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's in the Mercedes Dome. Okay, so that's the Atlantic kickoff, the Aflac kickoff, as they're calling it now. It used to be Filet. Okay, so it's the Aflac kickoff. That's what threw me off. I was Googling it the other day. I couldn't find it. So the Aflac kickoff, and that's in Tennessee. It's in a dome. Still, if you're looking to play the point spread, the small advantage Syracuse has is that they're used to playing in a dome, but I don't think that's an advantage. I think that place is going to be rock and orange, but it's going to be the right kind of orange. It's going to be Tennessee orange.
Mm-hmm.
So under 51 and a half. And I'm trying to do what Bobby used to do for us, which is put these in as we talk, but not very likely. I'm going to get them in by the end of the show, but I'm trying to do 9 things at once right here. What's my next one? So the next one is tomorrow's games. Let me see who I ended up taking. I took a teaser on the, let me see what the number is still now. So that doesn't quite work because the line has changed. I'll still take the teaser. Give me the Texas Longhorns on a 6-point teaser. Those are the only ones we really recognize. Plus 7.5. And the over to hit, which is 39.5. So, and what a teaser is for people who don't understand it, it's a parlay that you get points added in your direction, but it's not as big of a payout as an actual 2-game parlay. So it'll pay out usually on the 6-point teasers, depending on the book, usually a minus 120, minus 125, somewhere in that. If you're paying higher, get out of that book. They're ripping you off. So give me that as the teaser, because I think Texas keeps at least close enough to a 1-score game. And I do think some points are going to be put up eventually. If you're a little weary about that and you're thinking about the under, I would take the under in the first half. It's more likely to hit. But by the second half, I think the offenses will be rolling. Let me see here. What Scooby saying? Took Boise State and Nebraska to cover. Oof.
Ugh.
Should have stopped in yesterday, Scooby. My college lock pick of taking the under in the Nebraska game, but he says he's still up 130 for the week, so that's good. He likes under and Ole Miss. All right, what's your next game?
My next game is Notre Dame and Miami. Which, by the way, that's a Sunday night game, 7:30. This game, I was looking at. I believe Notre Dame's going to win, so I took the money line at minus 130.
Okay.
In this game, because I didn't like that. The point spread is what, 2.5, I think.
I believe.
I didn't see the money there, so I just took the money line on that one.
Yeah, it's 2.5. And to be clear, y'all, in our locks, we will never give you a pick that is over minus 150. So any of our locks, we try to keep it minus 140 or lower, but I will accept minus 150, though it's a bad bet. And it's not a bad bet if you want to make those bets at home, that's fine. But I'm not going to tell you to risk $150 to win 100, because across the board, as you go throughout an entire season, that you're going to lose out. Remember, we had a guy who used to be on the show, and he used to try to argue with me, and then by the end of the year, he's like, "Man, I lost so much money, I just quit." It's because you keep taking the stupid bets. You can't do it that way. Like, well, but I won. Yeah, you won $10 because you bet 100. Congratulations. Wait till that pays you back and loses that game for you. Did they end up? No. Okay. I peered in at the Duke game last night because I was curious about the line, and I knew it was minus 34.5, and I was like, man, I don't think I would take that. Honest engine. We never brought it up on the show, but I was just thinking, I was like, man, that's early game. What is Duke giving up 35 points for? Well, they ended up winning by 28.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I didn't touch it. I mean, I would never grab Elon either. I don't know enough about Elon to be throwing money in and go, oh, yeah, they can keep it tight on the road. Go Elon. Unless that's Elon Musk out there paying for an entire brand new team, I'm not betting on Elon.
Just put it this way, Elon didn't have a football program till about 10 years ago. They've only had a football program for about a decade now.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it's right there in North Carolina, just outside of Burlington.
Yeah, I knew what region they were in, but I didn't even know exactly what city or anything like that. And it makes sense why they would go on the road. It's a short trip to go to play Duke, but still.
Yeah.
If I don't know enough about you, I'm not just going to guess. Because at that point, you might as well get online and play the slots.
Exactly.
You probably got a much better chance of hitting too, even though that's rigged as hell. Okay, so my next pick, we see who we have here. Man, I got to remember writing marker next time. This is light print at best. Okay, the one thing that I do like in the, where is it at? 3:30 kickoff. I wish they would just put all the finals at the bottom of the damn list. They keep them separated by date. It takes much longer to get there. Hey, by the way, you said you're taking Florida State. It's up to 14.5, so we'll give you the 14.5.
Okay.
I kind of figured it was going to go over that. There's going to be a lot of Alabama money coming in, and they're going to try to get them with the hook. What they're really hoping for is people will bet Florida State, and then Alabama ends up winning by 3 touchdowns anyways. That's that's the sneaky set that people don't understand with the books, is that they do that. So you go, man, now they're getting 2 touchdowns and a half a point. That really makes a big difference. And then you load in, and they lose by 17 anyways. It didn't matter if you had 13.5 or 14.5. All right. The Florida State-Alabama game, the over-under is now 49.5. Now I really like it. Give me the over in the FSU-Alabama game. How bad that defense was last year, and I do believe that Tony White's going to turn that thing around, but has he had enough time and enough talent to do that? I don't buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like the early part of the game is going to be kind of a rock fight, but you're trying to tell me that Florida State's going to be able to slow down Alabama. In the real world of this betting, that they're going to be able to keep them under basically 35 points? Probably not. Because if Alabama has a chance to score points, they're going to do it. Because they want to look good that first week. And if it ends up being a close game, there's probably a little nip and tuck back and forth, and you're going to creep over that line. So give me Florida State over the 49.5. Though I wouldn't hate on you if you bought a point to get it past the key number of 49. All right. What do you got for your third game?
I've got Texas and Ohio State. I was looking at this game. The point spread is, I don't see any money on it. So I thought in this game, we've been talking about defense with both. I would not be shocked if there's an offensive explosion in this game. So I'm taking the over in this game.
And what's it say now? 46.5?
Yes.
Okay. So 46.5. Texas with the over.
And that's a noontime game.
66 degrees at kickoff. Nice, cool football weather.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a fun game. Did you see the whole thing about Dave Portnoy?
No, I didn't. What's going on with that?
So, he's the Barstool guy, Michigan guy.
Yeah.
On Ohio State for years. The plan for Fox was to have him at the kickoff show on on Saturday in Ohio, in Columbus. Ohio State is banning him from the stadium. You gotta love that. I think they're going to do some kind of Zoom jumbotron type thing, but it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it is.
And I'm sure he'll take it, and it's free publicity for him, right? But I just think it's funny as hell. All right, so my number 5 pick is that's where we're at. You've done 5, right?
Yep.
And I didn't jot one of them down. What the Vols in Syracuse. Vols, Syracuse. What was the number you had on that? Under 51.5?
Yeah.
Okay. Just double checking. My 5th game that I have here on the slate is LSU and Clemson. That is the 7:30 kickoff. What is the line today? I want to just double check. Here we go. It's really gone up. It has really gone up. Clemson is now -4.5. All right, so I'm going to split the difference here. I'm going to give you another teaser. Give me Clemson +1.5 on the 6-point teaser, and I'm going to take the under same game bet and push it to under 63.5. So under 63.5 total. I think that Clemson defense is going to stifle LSU. And I would think it's going to be a fairly – remember, that game is actually in Clemson. It's not a neutral site game.
Right.
So I think you're going to get a really low-scoring first half, and then you'll get some points on the second half. But I see this more of like a 24-20 type ball game. I don't see this like some shootout, even though Klubnik's back and whatnot. LSU's usually stubs their toe quite a bit in the early part of the season. So give me Clemson +1.5. I just need them to win essentially. And we keep the number under 63.5. What is your final pick?
My final pick, it's what I'm going to call my weirdo pick for people who haven't seen me before. Sometimes I pick some obscure game that nobody gives a darn about. So I got the Temple UMass game, Minutemen versus the Owls here.
Okay.
Temple's a lot better football team than people give them credit. So I'm taking the money line at -130.
When is that game?
That's a 3:30. That's a 3:30 game.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be locked into that when the Florida State Alabama game's going on.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I gotta pull out ESPN Plus. I'm sure there'll be all kinds of freaking bells and whistles where I can't get the game to get locked into this Temple UMass game. You're taking what? The under? Is that what you're taking?
No, I was taking the money line, Temple and the money line.
Temple on the money line. My bad. Yeah, buddy. Lock it up. I think isn't there another decent game on at 3:30? No. I guess Florida State Alabama is the marquee game. Great. Everybody will be watching us. Can't wait for that. Awesome. We couldn't have kicked this thing off for like 10 p.m. on ESPN Ocho. My last game, you've already mentioned it. You've already taken it. And do I still have the freaking soundbite? I don't think I do. If I do, I don't know where in the hell it's at. We used to have a double down soundbite. I still have this one, though.
I was just talking about dummy fans.
All right, I'll try and find it. I have the double down somewhere. I'll have to reload it. I got so much junk in here. Give me Notre Dame. Money line. -130. That's what I had it as well. 7:30 kickoff. I think Notre Dame finds a way to win in Miami. Miami's replacing quite a bit, and Notre Dame's defense, when it's all said and done, defense wins championships. Miami didn't have one last year. I'm assuming it's going to be more of the same. And so that's what I'm going with, is Notre Dame on the money line. On the road, but remember, they don't play at the old Orange Bowl, and they're not on campus at Miami. This is Hard Rock Stadium. It's essentially adjacent to the was it 35, 40 minutes away from the actual campus?
Yes.
There's going to be a lot of Notre Dame money in there walking in with tickets. I think it's going to feel like either a bowl game or, hell, it might feel like an actual Notre Dame home game. Because Miami fans have never, ever supported their team. They will win. They will come to games that are traditional. Like they'll go to the Florida State game once every 2 years. And they'll show up against Florida. Notre Dame probably, but they'll wait to the last minute, try to buy tickets, and Notre Dame will have them all. What is your one big thing in your walk-off today, sir?
One big thing. Watch the beginning of the Bill Belichick era in North Carolina come to a crashing halt in first week. I think TCU is going to go into North Carolina and just stomp on that team.
I hope so, because he just looks like a shadow of his former self.
Yes.
He's got that 24-year-old girl telling him what to do and when to do it. And when is that North Carolina game?
I didn't look. I think that's I
can probably find it. Hold on. I thought you knew off the top of your head. North Carolina. Oof. Oh, it is the Monday night game. Oof.
Yeah.
Crap. The Braves play during the afternoon, so I'm going to have to watch that. I wasn't even planning on watching, but I guess I'll have to now. The Braves won't be on. Crap. My one big thing. All right, so we've got the beginning of college football season. Obviously, the one big thing that everybody's going to look at is who the hell is going to win between Texas and Ohio State. I do think Texas is going to win that one, by the way. But my one big thing this weekend is looking at the slate, and you look at, and by the way, they said this is the first time since the inception of the polls that the first weekend has 3 top 10 matchups in college football. I find that very hard to believe, but that's what they're claiming. So over 75 years of polling. So you've got the Ohio State-Texas game. You've got Clemson versus LSU, and then of course you got Miami and Notre Dame. All 6 of those teams are in the top 10 in college football. My one big thing this weekend is that obviously 3 top 10s are going to fall. There's going to be a 4th one that if they don't lose, they're going to be clutching their pearls till the end of the 4th quarter. And I hope to hell it's Florida State. I hope to hell Florida State is putting that kind of pressure under Alabama. I got to see it to believe it. And the biggest thing that you'll see out of that Florida State-Alabama game is, did Gus Malzahn and Tony White make a difference, or is this going to be more of the same? Because I'm telling you, if they get their doors blown off, the fans are going to become unruly, and that seat's going to get white hot under Mike Norvell after just 1 week. Now, he's got 2 layups the following week, and if he goes out and blows them out. The Syracuse-Tennessee game, what do we got there? I don't know what Scooby's talking about with Syracuse and Tennessee, but anyways, they're not in the top 10. They might be talking about something different. Tennessee, by the way, they're giving up 13.5. They should cover that spread. Syracuse is not a good football team. We got a jam, top of the hour. We'll see you next time. Good luck in all your betting, and we'll see you on Braves Country for the pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play, 6:45. It's an early start against those damn Phillies, and I think Kyle Schwarber just hit another home run.
MVP consideration.
He might have locked it up after that.
Goodbye, sweetheart, well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.
The season's finally here, and the players...
Hey, football fans, you ready for the gridiron? Thursday and Friday mornings, the Armchair Quarterback Show returns, 9 a.m. Eastern. We'll be talking college and NFL football, the point spreads, fantasy football advice, and more. Want to catch it live? Become a Country Club member today here on Braves Country Radio. We'll make the replay available to the public later on that day, as we're being broadcasted nationwide on independent radio stations. As a member catching it live, you can ask your questions. We'll answer all. Point spread advice, player props, your fantasy football questions. It's the Armchair Quarterback Show, Thursday and Friday mornings this fall here on Braves Country Radio.
He's the armchair quarterback. He's full of beer and he's full of snacks. The all-American man.
Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live as the Braves are on the road, and we're set to bring you pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off for your Atlanta Braves, and in left field, it's Jerickson Profar. 12 home runs, 36 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .266. Batting second, playing first, Matt Olson. 21 home runs, 75 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .266. Batting third, playing right, Ronald Acuna Jr. 15 home runs, 31 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .298. Ozzie Albies, batting cleanup and playing second. He's got 13 home runs, 60 RBI, 12 stolen bases, batting .232. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 20 home runs, 62 RBI, a .229 average. And Michael Harris II will be patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves. He's batting sixth with 17 home runs, 73 RBI, 15 stolen bases, batting .251. Sean Murphy batting seventh behind home plate. 16 home runs, 45 RBI, a .207 average. Nacho Alvarez at third, batting eighth. 6 RBIs on the year, a .236 average. Nick Allen batting ninth and at short. He's got 21 RBI, 8 stolen bases, batting .219. On the mound for your Atlanta Braves, it's Bryce Elder Day. Respect your elder. He's 5-9 with a 6.12 ERA. 1.52 whip, 117 innings, 96 strikeouts, 134 hits allowed, 45 walks, 20 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with Ranger Suarez. 10-6 with a 3.07 ERA and a 1.13 whip. 113 hits allowed, 122 strikeouts, 29 walks, 10 home runs served. Backing up Ranger in the bottom of the first inning, batting leadoff and at shortstop, it's Trey Turner. 14 home runs, 62 RBI, 32 stolen bases, batting .299. Batting second, the designated hitter, Kyle Schwarber. 49 home runs, 119 RBI, 10 stolen bases, batting .248. Do not throw him anything. Batting third, playing first, Bryce Harper. 22 home runs, 63 RBI, 11 stolen bases, batting .270. Alec Bohm batting cleanup, playing third. 9 home runs, 50 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .285. Brandon Marsh is in center field and batting fifth. 7 home runs, 28 RBI, 5 stolen bases, batting .262. Nick Castellanos batting sixth and in right. 16 home runs, 61 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .255. Kepler is in left field and batting seventh. He has 14 home runs, 42 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .216. Bryson Stott batting eighth and at second base. 9 home runs, 54 RBI, 23 stolen bases, batting .243. Marshawn is behind home plate, batting ninth. He's got 1 home run, 9 RBI, a 193 average. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Alfonso Marquez. Your first base umpire, Lance Barrett. Second base will be manned by Carlos Torres, and down the third base line, it's Brock Ballou. Game time temperatures here in Philadelphia, 76 degrees at first pitch, with the wind blowing out to right at 13 miles an hour, as if Harper and Schwarber needed any help. Your Atlanta Braves are plus 170 on the money line. The over-under is 9. Our pick to click tonight, give me Marcell Ozuna. He's got decent numbers against Suarez. Not great, but he might get into one. He does have a home run in 28 at-bats. Keep an eye on Ozzie Albies. 3 home runs lifetime versus Ranger Suarez. And Smurf has 2. Your American Rebel Beer keys to the game tonight. Can the Braves get runs on Ranger Suarez? They don't typically do. He normally pitches very well against Atlanta, and for good reason. The southpaw has good stuff. This isn't a case where the Braves don't take good at-bats at Suarez. He is a darn good left-handed pitcher. I don't think he gets near the respect that he should get in Major League Baseball. I mean, you look at a year that doesn't really look as though he has been hitting on all cylinders in the starts that I've seen. He still has a 3.07 ERA in 126 innings. The Braves are going to have to score because Bryce Elder tends to struggle against Philly in Philly. Remember that disaster in the playoffs a few years back, but also just in general, he doesn't pitch well there. And it is a stadium that's not really set up for Bryce Elder. Elder is going to have to keep the ball on the ground because that wind is blowing out and fly balls are going to find their ways into the seat. If his sinker is sinking and his slider is sliding and they're hitting the zone, Elder could surprise and go out there and have a good night. But he just hasn't had that kind of command this year, and that's why he's 5-9 with the 6.12 ERA. And what's more concerning than anything to me is the 1.52 whip. That means there are always ducks on the pond. Here's hoping Bryce Elder gets a wide zone. When he gets a wide zone from the home plate umpire, it's usually curtains for the opposing team. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves Country.
Evening, Braves Country! On a Labor Day weekend, we made it. All right. Let's see who's in this chat tonight. Good to see you, Uncle Charlie. Country Club member Justin Hightower. Country Club member Justin Green Machine in the club. James Fisher's in the club. Gary the Real McCoy is in the club. Who else is in the club tonight? Trina, John. Royal Peter, my man Nathaniel Brooks. Brian Smith in the club. 522 freedom. They can't take our freedom. Love offers. Is that a dirty channel? Love offers. Oh, it's I Love Offers. I thought it was Love Offers. It is now. Justin Hightower. I feel like we should have a good nickname for Hightower. It's a good last name. Just can't ever think of anything. I know there's been some football players that played Hightower. Good night, Irene. This must be a New York channel. On one of our back screens, I've got it'll eventually be the Baylor-Auburn game to keep an eye on the score. And so this box that I have just took me to Fox, where it's going to be at, but I don't know what setting. I look up and the first thing they show is that nutbag that's running for mayor out there. Woo! That guy. You seen that guy? Get out of New York if you can. We're going to take a really quick break. When we come back, we'll get you set for pitch by pitch, play by play of your Atlanta Braves. Yeah, I can't call you Hawk. That's Michael Harris. Michael Harris is the Hawk. Until I see you scale the wall like Michael Harris, I don't think that's going to work. I'll come up with something. I've been thinking about it every time I see your name. I was like, man, I feel like something should just come to me. Normally these nicknames just come to me, but Iron Lungs in here. Good to see you. George Pearson. Anyone else sneak in here while I was laughing at what was on the TV over there? All right, I think who is Moses Hightower? Wasn't he in the Moses Hightower was in the Police Academy movies, right? Played by Bubba Smith, or am I making that up in my head? Was that not Bubba Smith's character's name? I'm going to look that up at the break. John's got me wondering. We'll be back in a flash. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
adventures in time and space.
We offer you Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
So Bubba Hightower it is. I think we stumble on to something, Justin. That's a great nickname, Justin Bubba Hightower. Every other thing that I came up with in my head with the nickname Hightower had you picking off civilians at the top of a book depository. So I decided not to go with that.
You're in Braves Country.
Oh man, I just realized Phillies wearing their City Connects. Those things are god awful. They're probably the worst in all. They're right up there with the San Diego ones. I don't know which one are worse. I don't hate the hat. I think the hat, now I wouldn't wear it because it's got a Philadelphia symbol on it. But if you've never seen the hat, it's a Liberty Bell with gold stars around it. It's a black hat with a blue Liberty Bell, which is weird in itself because blue is not their color. Red and white is their color. It makes no sense. But anyways, but the jerseys themselves are just awful. They're kind of like a tealish blue. And what's even funnier, well, the font's a little strange, but I guess they're trying to be unique with their font. But they're wearing black pants with yellow stripings, which represents the city of Pittsburgh, which doesn't make any sense. And way back when, and we may get it in the future, Philly and Pittsburgh were rivals in the same division. We may get that here when they do the realignment. Looks like we're going to get a realignment. Ranger Suarez is going out there for his final warm-up tosses. We are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play here at Atlanta Braves. We got Braden in here, and I saw some others sneak in. Let's see who we... B.A. Baracus, Brian Andrews. Jason Up and Adams is here. I think we already got Gary the Real McCoy. Is Willis in here? I don't think I've seen him yet. I know a lot of folks might be traveling. I've already gotten a bunch of inboxes from folks telling us that they're listening. They're just not going to be yapping today. Or I don't get the stations going. But whether you're listening on external radio, I believe tonight we have a baker's dozen, 13 I'm being told. 13 different stations. Or if you're in the YouTube chat, want to jump in, it's Braves Country Radio. I'm going to go ahead and open it up to the Facebook crowd for tonight. We don't do that often for Facebook. We are going to put them in there, see if anyone will jump in. We won't keep the whole game on Facebook. We'll do at least several innings. We are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play for those Atlanta Braves. Braves are wearing their reds, their Friday night reds, as we got a lefty-righty matchup to start us off. Ranger Suarez comes set. Pitch on the way, and yes, sir! It is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way. It's outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. We may be behind on this because it's coming off of Apple TV. So there's nothing I can do about it. It's the 1-0, outside wide, 1-1. We've tried it several different ways, and nothing ever has worked. So Apple is usually a touch behind with what you're seeing on the screen. And I'm not going to slow it down for y'all, so the 2-0 right there on the outer edge to it now. So the 2-1 count doesn't look like it's doing what it was doing, but you never know. We'll see what happens. It tends to spin out of control is what it tends to do. The 2-1 swing, chops it off the plate, bangs it off his arm, and evens up the count. It's 2-2. So the 2-2 count. Pitch on the way, swing, pops it up, shallow center field, giving chase is Brandon Marsh, but drifting back, making the catch is the second baseman, Stott. One down. Left to right across the outfield tonight for the Phillies. They got a few different changes. Kepler to Marsh to Castellanos. He's in the right field tonight. And around the horn, Bohm to Turner to Stott to Harper, just like last night. Marchand is behind the plate. JT getting the night off. Lefty-lefty matchup to Matt Olson. Digs in. Misses inside for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Kicks and fires. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Brings it outside wide. Two-1 to Olson. Nobody on, one out. Olson, 8 for 30 lifetime versus Suarez. He takes the 2-1 at the knees, 2-2. The 2-2 count. Swing, slices it. Down the left field line, giving chase is the left fielder, Kepler. It's going to fall into the green grass out there in between the fair foul line. And the Atlanta Braves have the first base runner of the game. Not a hard hit ball by Olsen, but a Texas leaguer.
This is Ice House.
Ice House.
Smooth as it gets.
First pitch to Ron Acuna Jr. Right there for a strike, kind of a half-hearted swing. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. Acuna 5 for 24 lifetime versus Suarez. The 0-1 swing. Says it's back foul. It's 0-2. Some pretty pedestrian numbers versus Ranger Suarez. You can look at it one of two ways. Either A, don't expect too much tonight, or B, some of our batters are due. Ozzie does have good numbers. He's got 3 home runs against him lifetime, the 0-2. Down and away 1-2. Ozuna has a home run. Strangely enough, Kyle Schwarber is 0 for 6 lifetime versus Bryce Elder. I think the best way to keep that is to just peg him right in the ribs every time he comes up tonight, prevent the home runs. The 1-2, swing belted, high and deep, not quite deep enough. Marsh has the catch at center field. He'll throw it into the infield, 2 down. He was heading towards the deepest part of this park, which is in that little corner just to the left of center field at the 409 mark. He was probably a good 20 feet in front of that. Ozzie Albies your batter. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Took a little bit off of that. Looked like the slider. We don't get the same information with the Is the 0-1 swing lifted down the line. Is that a fair ball? That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Matt Olson's cruising around second, heading for third, and it's a 2-out double for the Wiz. If you got Ozzie, that click is already clacked. How about that?
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz, and nobody beats me.
Went with the cutter again inside, and it bangs, kind of went flat, and it slept up against the wall as Ozzie Albies hammered it into the corner. Thank you for the support, Justin. First pitch on the way is a strike right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. Marcell Ozuna, your batter. 0-1. Swing. It's a foul. 2. He's gone sinker cutter. We'll get into his numbers probably next inning. It's always hard to get it all into one inning in the first inning, but his repertoire, he tries to keep the ball down. Is the 0-2. Down and away. 1-2. 1-2 count. Thank you, Peter. 1-2. Swing. Bangs it over down the third base line. Just foul. That ball was scalded. Thank you for the 5 membership support, PETA. Remember, the Braves scored 3 runs in the first inning last night, and it wasn't nearly enough. The 1-2. Oh, man. He's playing with fire there, 2-2. That was right there on the outer edge. Didn't get the call. I don't remember Apple not even having a box at all. They don't even have a box at all tonight. So a 2-2 count. I've got one on my screen, but not on the if you're sitting at home watching Apple, there's not a strike box. The 2-2 outside wide, 3-2. So a full count. Payoff pitch in the dirt, ball 4. And you couldn't tell if that ball hit his foot as well, but it doesn't matter. The runners did not move. So Ozuna will head on down to first, and the Big Bear loads the bases. Ducks all over the pond, and Michael Harris II coming to the plate. First pitch on the way. Right there for a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing! That ball's hammered down the right field line. Just foul. Man, he got into that one. It's 0-2. Kind of lift that one up. One, 2. Kicks and fires in the dirt. One, 2 count. Lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch. Swing, slaps it foul down the line. We'll do it again. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. Bases loaded, but there are 2 out. This is Suarez's 28th pitch of the night, of the inning. Pitch, down and away, 2-2. They finally put the box up, by the way. I thought they had the box up there before. Thought maybe I was misremembering it, and I know Fox barely puts one up there. If you ever watch a game on Fox, it's horrific. It's like a shaded version. The 2-2. Swing, pops it up. Down the right field line, giving chase to Castellanos. Will the ball fall? It will not. Right there at the foul line is Castellanos, and that'll end the inning. Braves load the bases, but no dice. Bryce Elder goes to work when we return.
But at the same time, like I said, and me, I'm 56 years old. Damn! I'm sorry.
I was overweight and looked terrible, but AIDS helped me lose 46 pounds. The AIDS diet plan helped me lose 28 pounds.
AIDS helps control your appetite so you lose weight. Yet AIDS lets you taste, chew, and enjoy. And the appetite suppressant in AIDS is not a stimulant.
AIDS helped me to lose 18 pounds, and it doesn't contain anything to make me nervous.
Question: why take diet pills when you can enjoy AIDS? AIDS helps you lose weight without making you jittery.
Throughout baseball history, there has been 3 different types of ideas. Good ideas, bad ideas, and Charlie Finley ideas. Before Charlie Finley became the owner and general manager of the A's, he was an insurance salesman and worked in the steel mills. During his tenure with the A's, he had some of the wildest ideas. Here are some of the best ones I could find. Thinking that white baseballs were hard for the fans to follow, he decided to test out orange baseballs. Pitchers hated them because they were slippery and hard to grip. Hitters complained that they couldn't pick up the spin on the ball because of the minimal color difference between the orange ball and the red seam. During his spring training game in 1971, Finley tested out the idea of the 3-ball walk. The thought was it would create more offense and shorten the game in the process. The result was much different, and there was 19 combined walks in the only game it was used. Another idea he had wanted was every player to never sign more than a 1-year contract. It would be complete chaos. He grazed sheep in the outfield and even moved in the fences to create more offense until the league made him put them back. He installed Harvey the Rabbit to deliver baseballs to the home plate umpire. He would periodically emerge from the ground behind home plate with a basket full of baseballs. His eyes flashed and the organ would play "Here Comes Peter Cottontail." Heard of a crazy baseball idea or change? Share it in the comments.
A naked guy walks into a bar. Bartender said, "What are you getting?" Naked guy says, "A draft."
Welcome back. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Bryce Elder on the bump. First pitch on the way, 91 at the knees. It's 0-1. Right there, 1-1. 1-1 count, Bryce Elder. His defense behind him, left to right across the outfield tonight as the 1-1's chopped over towards second. Ozzy's on it, flips it to Olsen. And 1 up, 1 down. It's Profar, Michael Harris, Acuna in the outfield tonight, left to right for your Atlanta Braves. Around the horn, it's back to normal. Nacho to Allen to Ozzy to Olsen. Sean Murphy behind the plate with the left-hander. And as Kyle Schwarber comes to the plate, he gets a standing ovation here in Philadelphia. His 4 home runs has taken him to 49 on the year. First pitch on the way, 92 inside, sinker. It's 1-0. 1-0, swing, chops it over to Ozzy. 4-3 put out, quickly 2 down. What you'll see from Bryce Elder tonight is predominantly a sinker-slider mix. He throws those 2 pitches at a total of, the first pitch on the way is a sinker in the dirt. 1-0. He throws those 2 now at a clip of 78%. He's used the 4-seam a little more recently. And he also has a change. The 1-0, chopper back to the mound, and just like that, 1, 2, 3! Phillies go down in order. Bryce Elder, somebody pinch me. Shutting down the Phils on the road.
Hey, y'all remember, man, jail's temporary. Memories are forever. So go ahead and punch that mother in the mouth.
Does anybody know how to balance a washing machine? Because my wife keeps having to sit up here every time it goes through the rinse cycle so it don't bounce away, and I don't know how to fix it.
Will you still lick it when we're 80?
Wonder what it tastes like.
Depends.
So I just moved to Nashville, and I went to a thrift store to buy some cheap furniture. I was so excited while checking out. The guy didn't even ask, but I was like, I just moved here. So he asks, oh yeah, from where? And I say, from LA. And he goes, oh, Lower Alabama? I hear it's real nice down there. And I say, no, California. And he looks at me and says, well, welcome to America.
This is the career of Johnny Bench. He once hit a grand slam off of Jim Palmer in the minors, which is pretty impressive, considering Jim Palmer never allowed a grand slam in 19 major league seasons. He was the first catcher to win the Rookie of the Year award. That same year, he won a Gold Glove, which was the first time the award was won by a rookie. At age 22, he became the youngest player to win the National League Most Valuable Player award, leading the National League in home runs and setting a Reds franchise record for RBIs. 2 years later, he added another MVP award, leading the league in both home runs and RBIs. 24 years old, and he already accomplished what many players could only dream of. In 1974, he led the league with 129 RBIs and scored 108 runs, making him only the 4th catcher in Major League history with 100 or more runs and RBIs in the same season. He is the only catcher ever to lead the league in total bases, when he accumulated 315 in 1974. When he retired, he was the career home run leader for catchers. He also holds the record for most grand slams by a catcher with 10. His .990 caught stealing percentage and his .987 career fielding percentage helped validate the 10 Gold Gloves he won during his career. He caught 118 shutouts during his career. His 100 or more games caught in each of his first 13 full seasons is a National League record.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Atlanta Braves nothing, Philadelphia Phillies nothing. We head to the top of the second inning. Ranger Suarez goes back to work. Suarez, long first inning. As he loaded the bases up, with 2 outs, Braves were unable to come through. Harris hit a pop fly down the right field line, and Castellanos got to it just in time. First pitch on the way to Sean Murphy, man. He came out of his shoes. Good night, Irene. It's 0-1. It's going to be a Sean Murphy type of night. That pitch was 75 miles an hour. He swung at it like it was high heat. The 0-1. Swing pops it back foul. It's 0-2. Ranger Suarez, what you'll get from him tonight on the mound. He is a true kitchen sink pitcher. He throws the sinker at 28% of the time, changeup 21, cutter 18, curve 16, four-seam 14 as the 0-2. Pops it in the dirt, just misses. He's a slow bender in the back of the zone. I feel like Sean Murphy, the way he's been hitting, he should have stuck his foot out there and headed to first. He's got a show-me slider that he throws very rarely 3% of the time. 1-2. Bangs it down the line, foul. So far, so good on the timing. It's very unexpected on an apple pass. Braves nothing, Phillies nothing. The 1-2, down and away, 2-2. National League standings look like this going into your Labor Day weekend. Cubs sit atop the wild card. One game in front of San Diego for the best wild card record in the National League. And the Mets have the last one, the 2-2 swing lifted into left center field. That's going to get down where the green grass grows. Sean Murphy cruises around first, heading to second. And what do you know? Look what I found, Mom. It's a leadoff double for the Smurf.
Smurf is me. I must call an emergency meeting.
The left fielder, Kepler, played that terrible.
Don't try to fool me.
He's trying to cut it off. I feel like if he plays it back a little bit and just makes sure the ball doesn't get to the wall with Smurf speed, he's going to have to stop it first. So we'll take the defensive blunder. Won't be an error, but it definitely was bad defense. First pitch on the way to the Nacho Man. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing. Rolls it over to third. Smurfs gets looked back to second. With his lack of speed, he'll have to stay there. Nacho easy out. 5-3. Not what you would call a productive out there. You want to hit that to the right side of the infield. Put Sean at second, or put Sean at first with less than 2 outs, but instead, it'll probably take a base hit to get him home, unless we get a wild pitch or a balk or something. First pitch on the way to Allen is swung on and popped up down to the right field line. That ball's going to get down. It's got eyes, and it's a seeing eye single for Nick Allen. Sean Murphy had to hold up, so he'll go station to station. But the Braves have runners on the corners. And I'll tell you what, it's early, but it seems like we've been living right. We're getting all the balls to drop here early on in the game.
Kidding? It's not about muscle. It's simple physics. Calculate the velocity V in relation to the trajectory T, in which G, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
So runners on the corners and back to the top of the order. Profar, the batter, first pitch on the way. High bender on the outer edge. It's 1-0. Allen on first, Smurf at second. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 count. He's gone curve and changeup to start it off. The 1-1 swing. That ball is going to get rifled through the hole. It's a worm burner, and we go to the jerk store in the second inning. Let's go, Braves country. It's 1-0.
Well, the jerk store, Cole, they're running out of you. It's smart. It's a smart line, and a smart crowd will appreciate it. And I'm not going to dumb it down for some bonehead mass audience.
Profar timed that one up perfectly. He hit that on the screws. Ranger Suarez continues to struggle. On the play, Allen goes first to third, so it's runners on the corners, one out. The first pitch on the way to Matt Olson is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. When you get a good pitcher like Suarez on the ropes, you got to get to him early and knock him out. 1-0. Inside, 2-0. Can't let him rope-a-dope you. You got to go for the jugular and end him. Get to that very questionable Phillies bullpen. The 2-0 to Olson. Inside. 2 times almost hit him. He doesn't seem to have much control right now. He's been struggling with the placement of that sinker and cutter. The 3-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. Rifled it right by him. It's 3-1. 3-1 count to Olson. I'm a little surprised Olson even swung at that pitch. If he makes contact, he's probably going to pop it up. That'd be making him, I would force him to throw me a strike. 3-1 count. Cunha stands on deck. Runners at the corners, one across. Your Atlanta Braves lead at 1-0. The pitch, swing, pitch well inside once again. 3-2. So he'd be standing on first if he would have taken any of those last 2 pitches. Make a small argument that pitch previous may have touched the zone, but the last one definitely did not. Suarez comes set, payoff pitch. Swing, hits it up the middle, bangs it off the ground, off the glove of Suarez, and it's going to ricochet right to Turner. Steps on second, throws it to first, and that'll end the inning. Just like that, he's out of the jam, and those are the types of things you can't do when you're trying to beat a team like this.
5 things about the day Friday you never heard before. Casual Fridays originated from Hawaii in the 1960s. Studies show that the most common day for a bank robbery is a Friday. Movie Friday the 13th actually had created fears for people in real life. And apparently the fillet of fish from McDonald's only exists because some people don't eat certain types of meat on Fridays. Friday the 13th is the most scared day. Of companies estimate they lose $900 million on Friday the 13th because they don't want to fly. They're too superstitious.
You are about to meet the 9 greatest shortstops in the history of baseball. They had to have played 1,000 games at shortstop during the modern era since 1901. And we didn't make our picks based on defensive skills alone. Shortstops were also judged by their offense, their speed.
How about this guy, the way he can run?
Starting with number 9, Luke Appling earns the honor at number 9. Don't know him? Well, he played more than 2,200 games for the White Sox.
Nobody plays over 2,000 games in a major league shortstop unless he could really field. So that tells you one thing, and his lifetime average, well over 300, tells you another.
Remember my dad talking about him and talking about the fact that there was no one who could stand at home plate and manipulate that bat around like he could. He was famous for fouling off balls.
Luke was the first American League shortstop to win a batting title, and he didn't just win it.
And in fact, Luke Appling owns the record of highest batting average by a shortstop. He hit .388.
He was such a great hitter. Old aches and pains, as they used to call him. That was his nickname.
He was one of those guys who always walked into the clubhouse complaining that his legs hurt or his ankles hurt.
A batting coach in the Atlanta Braves organization. He put it to good work tonight with a home run.
A fart is like success. It only bothers you when it's somebody else's.
Welcome back, Braves country. One to nothing your score. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Philadelphia comes to the plate. First pitch on the way. There's a strike right there from Bryce Elder. Starts him off with the sinker. It's on 1, the 0-1. Slider misses outside. 1. So 1-1 count. Brings swings it. Right there at the knees. 1-2. Alec Bone, Brandon Marsh, and Castellanos due up in this inning. Leave 1-2, swing. Underneath the sinker, slices it back foul. One-two count. Righty-righty matchup. Infield back and to the left. Pitch on the way. Swing. Lifts it into right field. Easy fly ball for Ronald Acuna Jr. F9 in your scorecard. No way. Phillies should be in pretty good shape to win the division. Mets lost last night, so their lead is back up to 5 games. We're going to get over the overall standings here in a second as we go on. I'm sure a lot of y'all haven't been paying attention to anything other than the Braves and maybe the betting line on SEC football this weekend. First pitch on the way to Brandon Marsh is right there for a strike. It's a 1. The 0-1. 92 inside. 1-1 count. So entering play, Phillies lead the Mets by 5. It's a 2-1 count now. Marlins are out of the division as well as the Braves at 14 and 16 apiece. The 2-1 chops it over short. Allen's got it. 6-3 and quickly 2 down. Elder has gotten 5 outs on 16 pitches, so you like that. Philly might have went out and tore it up last night after putting all those runs on the board. He might be tired. Brewers have a 6.5 game lead over the Cubs. Pretty comfortable. Dodgers 2-game lead over San Diego. As far as the American League, Toronto 3.5 up on Boston as the first pitch on the way. Castellanos drifts inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Detroit 8.5 over Kansas City, 10.5 over Guardians, so that should be a wrap. Houston a 2-game lead on Seattle. So the two best division races are out west. As far as the wild card is concerned in the National League, is the one who misses for a ball. It's 2-0. Infield back and to the left. The 2-0 swing. Hits it on the ground. Nacho throws it over to first. He's got plenty of time. Rainbow into the glove of Matt Olson. That'll end the inning. Well, Bryce Elder cruising. 1, 2, 3. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
We can't Urban Dern your frazzle dazzle.
Hey Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
We're doing random drug testing today. The only one I won't try is crack. What?
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Hell no! No.
Yes.
That depends on what kind of pizza. If it's pineapple and ham, that's good. But if you're just like trying to throw some pineapple on like a Supreme or something, then you need Jesus.
Or how about this? No.
Pineapple does go really well on pizza, and that was amazing. That changed the game. Dude, that stuff was awesome. I'm gonna go get some next. I'm gonna go back to Pensacola.
You go to Florida too damn much.
It's smart. It's a smart line, and a smart crowd will appreciate it. And I'm not going to dumb it down for some bonehead mass audience. Not you.
Armchair.
What must be the contempt for those who would degrade our great national game and make it a business? When such becomes the case, farewell to baseball. The excitement which is at present attendant on these contests will cease. Then the game itself will gradually but surely die out. Philadelphia City item.
Let's get some runs on the board. Bryce Elder through 2 innings, giving up no runs. More importantly, he's under 20 pitches. That's not nothing. One thing I have noticed is that ESPN, if y'all saw this last week, ESPN signed a deal with Major League Baseball as the first pitch on the way. Swing, and that ball's going to get down. It's going to dart towards the back wall. Down where the green grass grows, Ronald Acuna Jr. heads towards second base. He'll stop there, and it's a leadoff double for your Atlanta Braves. Acuna Matata on a Friday night in Braves country.
Bravo.
ESPN signed a deal with Major League Baseball, much to the dismay of me and most baseball purists, but nonetheless, they're going to have the rights to carry Major League Baseball. They're going to be the filter where you get the MLB package is what it looks like it's going to be. I don't know if there's going to be any caveats to that, but regardless, they're keeping Major League Baseball for 1 game a week. It's not going to be Sunday anymore. It looks like it's going to be middle of the week type of things. The first pitch on the way is a bender off the plate to Ozzie Albies. I don't know. Ozzie 1 for 1 on the day. Came in today batting 7 for 28 with 3 home runs versus Suarez, the 1-0. Swing, lifts it high into right field, going back on the track, making the catch at the wall. Castellanos. Acuna went halfway, so he won't move down to third. Not a great job of base running there, but you can't kill him for it because it did look like it could get down. You would have preferred that he stayed at second, and you're going to have the guy at third no matter what happens in that play. But nonetheless, it's runner at second, 1 out. But the point is, so you got all this stuff going on in Major League Baseball this weekend, and ESPN is over on Sports Center talking about the Parsons trade the day after it happens. First pitch to Ozuna is a swing and a miss, strike. It's 0-1. And man, y'all gonna have to go back and rehire all those people that you told to kick rocks, because you can't sit around and talk about football in the summer all next year if you've got the rights to baseball. The 0-1 is a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. I did notice they started doing more, like instantly. As soon as it happened, I was watching one of their morning shows in the studio, and all of a sudden there were baseball highlights pretty regularly on that program. The O2. I hadn't seen a baseball highlight on ESPN in months. So a 1-2 count to Ozuna. Runner at second, 1 out. They'd show a few highlights here and there, but regularly they wouldn't talk about it. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Ozuna chased one off the plate in the dirt. 2 down. He is slumping. That'll drop his batting average down to 229. He was way out in front of that one. So it'll be up to Michael Harris now, who's 0 for 1. First pitch, swing and a miss. Chase a slider off the plate. It's 0-1. Suarez, by the way, that was his first strikeout of the night. It's a low number for him. He normally averages against the Braves around 7 or 8. The 1 inside almost clips him. 1-1 count. We're doing a little cheese pizza here for dinner tonight. The 1-1 chops it foul. 1-2. Chicken bacon pasta bowl from Justin Hightower. Bubba! One-two, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase one down and away, and that'll end the inning. You let Ranger Suarez get his feet under him. He's a tough customer. We'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the third we go.
What would you do if we broke up?
I'd get back with my ex.
You get back with your ex?
Yeah.
Your ex?
Yes.
That you're broken up with. I thought you had bad blood with your ex.
No.
Honey, darling.
No.
No bad blood, though. So you just jump right back in a relationship with them, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Seems like the
ex.
most logical thing to do. Maybe I'd get back with my ex, too. Why not?
Why wouldn't you get back with your ex?
There's a lot of reasons I wouldn't get back with my ex. I thought you had 100 reasons why you wouldn't get back with yours either, but here you go, saying you're going straight back to your ex if we ever break up. So should we break up now? Am I holding you back from something that you want?
I would just get back together with my ex.
I understand. You said that, first thing
How
you
is
said.
that? Is that the wrong answer?
I think it's very eye-opening. I guess I can't say it's the wrong answer. It's just interesting.
You're my ex. We'd be broken up.
So you'd get back together with me?
Yes.
Well, I guess that would be really sweet, so.
Our next shortstop also spent his entire career with just one team, the Reds' Barry Larkin.
He was the guy that you worried about. Not only could he beat you with a big base hit, he could beat you certainly with a big home run.
How many ways can he beat you? With the glove, with the legs, and tonight with the bat.
He could go the other way, he could hit and run, he could hit for power. He was one of those special players that when they talk about a 5-tool player, that's Barry.
Here's a guy, Barry Larkin, had all the tools, but Barry did what he had to do to win. Very good and underrated defensive player.
There's that acrobatic athleticism by Barry Larkin.
He was a shortstop that was very athletic, had a lot of range.
And a backhand stop by Larkin. Threw him out with a dandy play.
But having said that, he was still a guy that offensively was able to put up big numbers. And, that wasn't a combination you saw very much.
He's the first 30-30 shortstop in the history of Major League Baseball.
Barry Larkin won more Silver Sluggers than any other player at his position. He had to be pretty good.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Two count on Kepler. He'll take his time out. Braves lead at 1-0, bottom of the third inning. Pitch on the way. Down and away, it's 1-2. Righty-lefty matchup. Infield back into the right. 1-2. Does not get the call on the outer edge. Down and away, 2-2. Elder, no strikeouts, but 23 pitches early in the third inning. The 2-2. Swing. Just got a piece of it. Do it again. Stott stands on deck. Marchand in the hole. 7, 8, 9 batters. James says he's got fried chicken, potato salad, and cream style corn. The 2-2. Stays alive. We'll do it again. Where'd you get the potato salad from, Shooter? Did you make it, or did you get it from somewhere? Good to see you, DBs. Two count. Set up outside. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the night for Bryce Elder. 1 away. Seems to have pretty good control tonight. He's not getting the really wide calls, but he's getting a fair strike zone right now. First pitch on the way is a bender down and away to the number 8 hitter, Bryson Stott. 1-0. Batting .243 on the year. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. 1-1 count. Takes and fires, 92. Maybe a touch below the knees, but right there touching the paint. 1-2. 2 strikes on. Stott standing on deck is Marchand. 1 run just, and 6 hits for the Braves. Just the 1 run, no errors. The 1-2. Swing, slaps it down the left field line, foul. Do it again. The 1-2, high and out of the zone, 2-2. Swing, dribbles it through the middle, and that'll be the first base hit, first base runner for the Philadelphia Phillies, so the perfect game is gone. And 1 on, 1 out. Number 9 hitter coming. Looks like Tom Goodwin, this is something they would not show on local Braves cast. Tom Goodwin talked to Acuna after the inning to tell him how he should have tagged up on that play. And I got to respect that. They would have never shown that on Braves broadcast. They candy coat the whole thing. The only time you ever see it is either an alternate cast like this, or I'll see it on the out of town cameras. They never show anything like that on the Braves. Acuna almost looks like he's pouting over there, but he's just getting coached and saying, "Hey, man, situation like that, you want to tag up." But I'm telling you, there has been a rift between him and Snitker for the longest time, and until the new coach comes in, the new manager comes in, it's going to be there, and it's always going to be hanging over the clubhouse. First pitch on the way, swinging. Pops it up into left field. Marchand, 1 pitch, 1 out, 2 down. Back to the top of the order, but there are 2 outs. Trey Turner grounded out to second his first time up. Good to see you, Heather. First pitch to Turner, swing, sawed off foul. It's over. Hitch out of town scoreboard here in a second. Some of the games are getting started. Reds trail the Cardinals 4-2 in the third. In Cincinnati as Elder flips it over to first. Brewers nothing, Jays nothing. They're in Toronto in the second. Marlins trail the Mets 5-0. That Tonga kid was supposed to be on the mound tonight. 0-1, swing, pops it back foul. First base side over by the dugout, and there's room. Olsen's got it. And that'll end the inning. So 1-0 your score. Braves will grab the bat. Sean Murphy leads us off when we return in Braves country.
That's why you fat. Look at you, greedy. No, you can have it. You can have it. You got it, brother. You thought it was some snacks in there? You can go ahead and take it. It's a big box for a big back. Come on and get it. I know you need it.
No, I think I was confused, bro.
Oh, I think you hungry. And people act abnormal when they hungry. You seen a Snickers commercial. Come on and get you his little box. Don't try to run either. I don't want you to have an asthma attack on my porch.
I don't live too far.
I know you ain't walking far. I know you ain't walking far. You ain't got to tell me. Go ahead and get it. Big bag, big bag. You too big to be a thief. Come on and get it. At this point, I just want you to get the steps in. You never know, it could be some workout equipment in there.
Number 7. Well, I think Derek Jeter's got to be right up there as one of the top shortstops of all time. You have a guy that has leadership qualities playing that position, it really makes him stand above a lot of other players.
He's the glue to the clubhouse. He's the captain, obviously, of the Yankees. And, that's a quality that you don't see in many players.
And he's the only man to be named MVP of both the All-Star Game and the Fall Classic in the same year.
He's got great talent. He can run, he can throw, and he can hit. He's a hitting machine.
He will not be a guy that will hit you, 40, 50 home runs in a year, but he will hit you one, when it really counts.
He has always been consistently excellent, and he seems to be at his best when it matters most.
Derek Jeter comes through in the clutch, and the Yankees have tied the game in the ninth inning.
He epitomizes the concept of intangibles.
Derek Jeter with one of the most unbelievable plays you will ever see by a shortstop.
Your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, I have no idea who this kid is that threw out the first pitch. They're showing it. Is he an athlete or is he a singer? Anyways, someone's watching along to tell me who that was. I have no idea. He's young, I can tell you that. Figure he's either got to be a really, really young he didn't look tall though, but like an NBA prospect. Or he's got to be a singer. His first pitch on the way to Sean Murphy's up top, Mrs. Heights 1-0. That tells you how out of touch I am. 1-0. Pops it foul. 1-1 count. Down and in. 2. The 2-1. Teardrop at the knees. Two and 2. Curveball came in at 73 miles an hour. He likes to mix up that curveball, but then throw that sharp slider and cutter at you. The 2-2. Swing, hits it on the ground, bangs it over to short, and it's a 6-3 put out. By the way, speak of the devil, that was the cut in. I think they made a jersey for him. I wish they would show the back of the jersey so I could at least read the name. And the players are coming. So he's famous. Whoever there is, VJ Edgecombe. 76ers guard. I got it right. He looked too young to be in the NFL. He also looked too not wobbling around. Those guys in the NFL have been in there for a few years, can barely get out of their chairs. The 0-1 misses outside. 1-1. John, did you know who that was, or? Because I don't follow Sixers basketball. For good reason, it makes my eyes hurt. 1-1. One, 2. So a 1-2 count. Brings it down below the knees. 2-2. Speaking of young, I just put on another monitor to see what this rookie for the Mets looked like. Jonah Tong. That kid could be going to junior high prom right now. The 2-2. Swing, lifts it. Hooks it down the left field line. Here comes the diving catch. Does he hold on to it? He does not. And it's a base hit. By the Nacho Man. Just kind of hooked it out there, and there was a long way to go for Kepler. Made a diving attempt. He got the glove on the ball, but it just slid underneath. And the Nacho Man is on. Let's go.
Whoa. Hey, check it out. What? Look. That guy!
Get me some nachos.
Tried to trap it.
Fine. It needs nachos to help me score.
To my count, that is the 5th ball that has fallen in for the Braves that hasn't been hard hit. We got to start scoring some runs off of this. I mean, you don't get gifts like that all the time. First pitch on the way to Allen, swing, saws it off foul tip. He was a top 5 pick. I'm assuming high school player. 1. Misses high, 1. 1-1 count. Lefty righty, the pitch, swing, lifts it into center field. That ball's going to get down for a base hit. Nacho heading to second. He'll just beat the throw. And we've got runners at first and second and 1 down. Nick Allen.
Hitting? Not about much.
2 for 2.
Simple physics. Calculate the velocity V in relation to the trajectory T, in which G, gravity, of course, remains a constant. It's not complicated.
Jerickson Profar to the plate. He hits one on the ground. It's going to be a 5, 4, 3 inning-ending, rally-killing, 1-pitch swing and double play. We'll be back in a flash. It's 1-0 here in Braves Country.
When is it time to cut back? Well, it might be time to cut back when you're at the grocery store and the clerk takes your package of Oreos and puts them on that little shelf and says, "Do you want to keep these separate?" You know, like it's a pack of gum.
You just don't believe in knocking, do you? What you want now?
Our hands have fingertips, but our toes don't have toe tips. But we still can tiptoe.
Repeat after me. Okay. If it's not perfect on the first try, it's a learning opportunity, and I get to try again. It's trash, I'm trash, and I am never trying that again. No!
Archie Vaughn has a reputation as an infielder, but he won the National League Batting Championship in 1935 with an average of 385.
Archie Vaughn is thought of today as a guy who had some freak show batting numbers, 385 in 1935. This was not a hitter's league in 1935. This is a fantastic number.
His first 10 years with the Pittsburgh Pirates, Joseph Floyd Archie Vaughn hit over 300. But that's just part of the story of this Hall of Fame, who owns the second highest lifetime batting average by a shortstop.
He had a lifetime 318 batting average, hit a lot of home runs, had over 2,100 hits.
Vaughn may have been the best hitting of all the shortstops as a pure hitter.
He was a superb shortstop, an all-around baseball player, was a great base runner by all accounts.
But tragedy made Archie a forgotten man. It wasn't until 1985 that the Veterans Committee enshrined him in the Hall of Fame, 37 years after he retired and 33 years after his sudden death.
One of the reasons Vaughn disappeared from the scene was a tragic early death by drowning soon after he retired. It took many years and a lot of advocacy by baseball writers and historians to get Vaughn into the Hall of Fame.
Happy Labor Day weekend to everybody around this great country of ours that most of y'all have a 3, even 4-day weekend. I'm excited for the weekend. I'm actually getting Saturday off to hang and do the fantasy football stuff like we do every year. And I'm hoping for good weather, hang out with my puppies and do that in the early part of the day. We will have the broadcast tomorrow. It'll just be the chat up, though. First pitch on the way to Kyle Schwarber. He gets another pretty decent round of applause. It's 1-0. You know what it is? These Philly fans are kissing his rear end because he knows he's about to be a free agent. They are they're not nice to anybody, even their own players. 1-0. Down below the knees to him. You wonder if something's been said on the local sports talk to try to change his judgment. As the 2-0 misses outside wide 3. Because I'm sure some folks are wondering why haven't they locked him up, and he's wanting to hit the market. And little things like that could sway him to 3-0 right there at the knee string. I don't see him doing it now, because if you make it this far and you are 3-1 down and in, ball 4. So Schwarber heads on down to first. Leadoff walk for the Philadelphia Phillies here in the 4th. Braves lead at 1-0. But if you make it this far, it's going to be really, really difficult to get him to sign now. He's so close to free agency. First pitch on the way to Harper. I mean, he just takes advantage of that. Bangs it down the line. And it's an infield single. Once again, how many times have I brought this up over the last couple of weeks? The Braves continue to do this overshift with the third baseman that's not really a third baseman. And honest engine, if you're going to do that, why is Nick Allen not playing short and Nacho Alvarez playing over there by second base? Because that's essentially where he's at. Nick Allen is standing right there at the second base bag. Nacho came up as a second baseman. It makes no sense. First pitch on the way is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. He has such a long way to go. He doesn't have the arm that Allen has. He doesn't have the range that Allen has. He doesn't have the arm or range that Austin Riley has. He's playing third base because we don't have a third baseman. 1-0. Pops it up into right field. Cunha will make the easy catch. Lazy fly ball, 1 out. And I get it, we're not in the race anymore. I want to win the games. I still want to be a thorn in everybody's side. I want people to look at the schedule and go, oh man, they're playing good baseball. I don't want to see them. And to not have Nick Allen over there playing short and just have Nacho Alvarez slide into what is essentially the second base spot is incredibly dumbfounding. Especially a team that leans on analytics. First pitch on the way is chopped foul. It's 0-1. That is a mindset of a team that you would think was being ran by, I don't know, Casey Stengel. Someone who's so buried into the way it was that they're not willing to change. The 0-1 swing rips it into right field. That's down for a base hit, and that infield single should score a run. It will. Barely. Man, Schwarber is slow. And the Phillies have tied the game up 1-1. He might have gotten a late jump. I'll have to look at that again, but he barely got to the plate on a ball that was hit into right center. I want to know something about that kid, the Philly fan, that they had throw out the first pitch. And he don't come to another game. They got him in the nosebleeds in the corner. He's just slow. That's what it comes down to. He's slow. It wasn't a great jump, but it wasn't a terrible. First pitch on the way, roasted down the left field line, foul. It's 0-1. Go ahead run now stands at second. First and second, 1 out. Double play gets you out of it. But I don't even think I'm thinking outside the box when I say that. Why? You're staring at it week after week. Why wouldn't you go, dude, let's put freaking Nick Allen over at short where he plays and Nacho can just slide behind him? They'll call it shortstop, but it's really second base west. Because Ozzy's damn near in the lap of Matt Olson in these plays that I'm referring to. Nick Allen as the first pitch on the way is swing and a miss at the 0-1. I think he must have broke his bat. It's 0-2. But Nick Allen's got some of the best range in all of baseball. It's strong arm, accurate. Like, use what you have. The 0-2 count. Slaps it foul. Stay alive. Castellanos, by the way, you talk about a guy who's owned a guy in his career. So he's 0 for 1 tonight, but he was 4 for 8 coming in tonight versus Bryce Elder. All 4 of those hits, home runs. Oof. I think it's going to be easier to hit him than for a double play. The 0-2 spins and heads towards second. I wouldn't give him anything to hit. Just hope he gets himself out. And he's been known to swing wildly out of the strike zone. You got an 0-2 count now. I'm not, especially with the low pitch count that he started with, I'm not above throwing 4 pitches out of the zone. The 0-2 outside wide, 1-2. And then the worst case scenario, it brings up Kepler, who's not a bad hitter himself, but guys 4 for 8, 4 home runs on you lifetime. Oof. He's picking something up out of your swing, out of your delivery. Smurf's going to go out there and talk to Elder real quick. One's probably letting the other one know, dude, can't put it there, man. This guy's got 4 jacks on you. Well, I don't feel like throwing 3 more, Sean, so I'm just going to put one right in his ear hole. That's what's being said right now. I'm a lip reader. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Elder at 49 pitches now, so still pretty low. But he's had quite a few in this inning. Double play would go a long way to getting this out. Saving some pitches. 1-2. Sinker misses 2-2. 2-2 count. Brings it. 94 outside wide, 3-2. So a full count now. Three, 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the foul tip. Up in the zone. 2 down. Big strikeout there by Bryce Elder. And he did not hit his spot. The sinker was supposed to go down and away, and it hung up, and it jammed up Castellanos. He'll take his Pittsburgh Pirate pants back to the dugout. 2 down. It still kills me that they would do. The idea that you would use Pittsburgh Pirate colors as your pants for your City Connects as a Philly. We're starting off the college football season. Like, just imagine Alabama saying, we're going to wear Auburn colors this weekend. Like, what? Texas deciding that they're going to wear the maroon and cream of Oklahoma. The 1-0 swing and a miss. It's 1-1. You got to have some standards. If the Braves ever came in with some orange and blue for the Mets, I would lose my mind. 1-1 spins around. They're even, a lot of them are even wearing yellow belts to match. They're going full Pittsburgh Pirates. 1-1, down and away, 2-1. And those colors, the black and yellow, I know there's a song and everything, everybody's pretty familiar with it. Those are symbolic for the city of Pittsburgh. Put the Pirates aside. That is a Pittsburgh's. It's just, I don't get it. Someone that made that decision on the City Connects thought they were being clever and just does not understand the world of baseball. Or the world of sport, most likely. The 2-1 pitch, swing, fouls it back. I'm assuming Philadelphia gets a new City Connect next year because they're not. jerseys themselves can't be very popular. They don't look like baseball jerseys. They look like, to me, they look like arena football jerseys. The 2-2. Swing. Pops it up. That should get us out of it. Profar has to make a running catch, but he does, and that'll end the inning. So they tie it up, but it could have been a lot worse. Great job by your elder getting out of the jam.
What does an Italian have if he has one arm shorter than the other? A speech impediment.
Is tomorrow Friday?
Yeah, why?
Because I think I'm gonna get a little loose-goose. But more loose than the goose. Because the goose be violent.
Let me get this straight. You're protesting in America to be here illegally, and you're waving the flag that you're from, but you refuse to go back to the country that you're from. And not only that, you're taking the American flag, throwing it on the ground, and stepping on it. Then why are you here?
Number 5.
I'm Ozzie Smith, shortstop for the St. Louis Cardinals, otherwise known as the Wizard of Oz.
If there was anybody that I wanted to be like, it would be Ozzie. He had all the quickness, all the speed, all the coordination, all the flair.
Don't tell me. There's the Wizard.
What a play, Ozzie Smith.
No one covered the diamond quite like Ozzie Smith.
Ozzie was objectively great, but he also had charisma, style, so distinctive.
With Ozzie, not only was he fantastic to look at, he left tracks in the snow.
Really made it sexy to play shortstop.
Ozzie embodied both precision and flair, and those 13 gold gloves were all in a row. But you don't make the prime 9 on your glove alone.
One of the things that Ozzie Smith needed to do to get to that next level, the Hall of Fame level, he had to learn how to hit.
He went from an offensive liability to basically a 275 hitter and had to be reckoned with at the plate.
Ozzie Smith with hit number 2,000, and he stands at third with a triple.
Ozzie finished his career with almost 2,500 hits, but his biggest one came during the 1985 postseason.
Smith corks one into right down the line. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. And the Cardinals have won the game on a home run by the Wizard.
Welcome back. Yeah, back to that whole Pittsburgh thing. Pittsburgh's the only city that uses all 3 of their professional teams all use the same colors. Major professional teams. I don't know if they got some squash or badminton or something. I'm talking about hockey, baseball, and football. They don't have an NBA team. First pitch on the way is inside. For a ball, it's 1-0. Steelers, Penguins, Pirates, all black and yellow. Lefty-lefty matchup. 1-0. Down and away. 2-0. Which I think is kind of cool, because if you're from that area, you're from Pittsburgh, man, that makes it really easy to dress for game day wherever you're going. The 2-0. Pops it up. Back out of play. Olsen 1 for 2 on the day. Braves 1. Phillies 1. Top of 5. Two, 1 inside. 3. 3-1 count. Ranger Suarez, hard to believe he's already 30 years old out of Venezuela. 3-1, swing. He rolls it through the infield for a base hit. So a leadoff single for the Ice House, 2 for 3 on the day. We'll take it. Let's go, Braves country.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House.
Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
Ranger Suarez, the pitcher today, 6'1", 217 out of Venezuela. First pitch on the way to Acuna, misses for right there for a strike. It's 0-1. slices it down the right field side. Foul. It's 0-2. There it is. We loaded in some new things. I couldn't find the weigh-in bill. 6'1", 217 out of Venezuela. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2. 1-2 count. Mets lead the Marlins 8-0 in the second. Other than that, things are going well for Miami. 1-2. Misses high, 2-2. 2-2 count. Might have to catch the replay. I keep trying to look over during the break to see if the youngster's pitching for New York, but every time I look up, the Mets are batting around. The 2-2 from Suarez. Swing, rattles it back, foul. We'll do it again. He's not a big kid, that's for sure. Little dude. I'm telling you, he looks young. You would definitely be carding that kid. Not just for beer, you'd be carding him for cigarettes, for an R-rated movie. The 2-2. Swing lifted. High into left field, but it's going to get into the glove of Kepler. 1 down. Why they got to show us that? They're showing the freaking re-injury of Ronald Acuña Jr.'s knee last year in Pittsburgh. Thanks a lot, Apple. First pitch on the way is a swing and a miss. Ozzie Albies, it's 0-1. The 0-1 count. Now, why are they showing that to Braves fans on Friday night when we're this far out of first place? The 0-1 fouls it away. It's 0-2. Showing Acuña's injury, showing him laying around in pain. My grandfather died about 30 years ago. You want to bring that up too? The 0-2 down and away, 1-2. So a 1-2 count. They usually don't show the injuries. Remember all the injuries that happened in the NFL years ago, and they would just not even pan to it as the 1-2 in the dirt. Good job by Ozzie holding up. Remember how they would not, after the whole Joe Theismann thing, and what was his name? Was it Kaufman for the Raiders? They would not show his knee injury because they didn't want people getting sick and everything. Meanwhile, Apple's over here slowing it down, zooming in. The 2-2 outside wide, 3-2. Remember a couple years ago when Aaron Rodgers ripped his Achilles and they were doing slow motion? Look, you can see it roll up in his sock. Like, dude, I don't want to see that. Ozzie calls his timeout, full count. It was your fault, John. Okay, hurt. The 3-2. Swing! Hits it up the middle. Through for a base hit. And here comes the throw to third. Olsen slides in. We've got runners on the corners. And 1 out. We got Ranger Suarez on the ropes once again here in Braves country. Good piece of hitting there by Ozzie Albies.
I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz. I'm the Wiz and nobody beat me.
Tell you what, we did a cheese pizza from Fresh Market. Just heated it up in the oven after my wife got home. That's a pretty good pizza. I ain't gonna lie. First pitch on the way. Outside for a strike, well outside the zone. Ozuna biting his lip. It's on 1. Is there just a league-wide hatred for Ozuna or something? The 0-1 misses high. 1-0. He has argued some strikes that in balls that he shouldn't be arguing over the last couple of months, but he has gotten a ton of calls off the plate away from him, like nobody else in our lineup. The 1-1 swing, lifts it into right, making the catch is Castellanos. Here comes the throw. Olsen is jogging home, and he's going to be out, I believe. Yeah, Olsen didn't even look like he was picking up the pace. He was looking back as opposed to just running. I don't know if they should have sent Olsen. Olsen doesn't have much speed to begin with, but if you watch that replay, he was just kind of starting to get going, kind of like Fred Flintstone, feet moving but no speed. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Your wife should not have to cook every evening. Tell her y'all are going to your mother's house. That way she can see how it's done. Also tell her it'll be nice to eat in a clean house for once.
What's E.T. short for? Well, he's only got those tiny little legs.
What's one thing your mother doesn't know about you?
Probably that I'm a racist.
What? Why?
I don't know, I just like how I feel when I do it.
Well, how would your mum feel if she found out?
Oh, she'd hate it. She doesn't like it when I ride motorcycles.
Racer. You mean racer.
Pretty sure it's racist.
No, racer. R-A-C-E-R.
You white people are so annoying.
Ernie Banks didn't have to become a better hitter. He already was one.
Ernie Banks, tall, lean guy, great arms and hands.
He wasn't an outstanding shortstop like Ozzie Smith or other guys, and of course there are not many like that, but he was just a marvelous hitter. He had an easy swing, and he was really good at taking his pitch downtown.
It's a home run for Banks! Attaboy, Ernie!
It slowly began to come into my mind that what you're doing is very unique. I mean, you're a shortstop with power.
The first shortstop ever to hit 40 home runs in a season. Ernie did so 5 times in 6 years.
A familiar sight to Chicago fans. Ernie Banks hitting a home run.
He won back-to-back Most Valuable Player awards.
To win the MVP award is really an amazing thing. I say that to myself. And on a team that finished 5th both years.
But perhaps Ernie is best remembered for his passion for the game.
So many people play the game with their heart and soul, but they can't enjoy it. Ernie Banks enjoyed every time, every at-bat.
And Mr. Cub will always be remembered for his famous catchphrase.
Let's play 2.
So, let's play 2.
Let's put together the ultimate list of players that could be on a food menu. I'll start. Darryl Strawberry. Who's your choice?
Welcome back. That whole break, I was just telling you all about trying to get a look at that new pitcher for the Mets. The whole break, the Mets have been at bat. It's 10-2 in the second. Marlins are getting the Kyle Schwarber treatment tonight. I know I saw Soto's already hit a home run. They're still batting in the second inning. It's crazy. First pitch on the way is strike at the knees to Elder. It's 0-1. I don't remember who was on the mound for Miami tonight. But 0-1. Swing and miss 0-2. They might get on that same train that all the guys that we sent packing got on. I don't think we went over that. We'll go over there here in 1 second. Bryson Stott, the batter. An 0-2 count, 1-1 your score. Elder, his 60th pitch of the evening. Swing, chops it over to the shortstop area. Nacho has it. Doesn't have to go far at all. Throws it to first. One away. First pitch on the way. Start the at-bat to the number 9 hitter, Marchand. Is inside for a strike. It's 0-1. Rafael Marchand batting .190 with 1 home run, 9 RBI. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Gets in on the hands. It's 0-2. (0-2) count. Brings it. Swing. Over to first. Olsen. Flips it to Elver covering. Quickly 2 down. Today, the Braves selected John Brebbia to the Major League roster and recalled Nathan Wiles. 2 right-handed pitchers. That's what you need to know about that. And they option Austin Cox and Wander Suero. So that tells me they're planning on keeping Cal Quantrill around for one more start next week, and then they'll probably bid adieu. Pitch on the way is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0, I would think, unless they're wanting to shut a ton of their starters down in the minor leagues and don't want to give them a chance to pitch in September. That's typically not the case. 1-0 in the dirt, 2-0. Thank you for the membership support. Justin Hightower. Oh, Bubba coming through. 2-0 count. Swing, chops it over to third. Nacho has it, fires it to first, and a bad throw. It'll be an E5, and it'll go into the dugout. Smurf tried to get there in time and stop it from bouncing into the dugout, but he'll get into scoring position now. So a bad throw gets worse. Not only does the inning not end, but now you've got very good speed at second base. I think he probably hurried that throw because Turner was running, but he had plenty of time to. By the time the ball bounced towards the glove of Olsen, Turner was still 3 steps away from the bag. But once again, we have a guy playing third that's not a third baseman. So I'm not going to blame him. But he did have time. First pitch on the way, down and into Kyle Schwarber. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Let's put a guy on and extend the inning with Schwarber. Hopefully he's not hot or anything. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Misses 2-0. 2-0 count. Bryce Harper stands on deck, so it's really difficult for Elder to decide he's going to pitch around him. I guess in theory you could walk 2 in a row and go to Alec Bone. The 2-0 right there on the outer edge to him. Kyle Schwarber now 0 for 7 lifetime against Elder. He has had a few walks, including one tonight. The 2-1 count. Misses high 3-1. So unless you're just going to lay one in there, I really don't know why they haven't thrown up the 4 fingers and said go on down to first. Dangerous spot here. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased the sinker off the plate. That was a really good pitch by Elder. Not going to lie on that one. I wasn't expecting it, but that was a damn good pitch. It faded out of the zone at the very last second. Looked like a pitch that Schwarber could get a hold of and bent at the last second. Infield back into the right, but Alvarez is playing over by third because of Turner's speed. The payoff pitch. Swing, chops it foul, bangs it off the plate. We'll do it again. Braves won. Phillies won. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. The payoff. Swing. Just got underneath it. Pops it up. Shallow left field. Calling everybody off is Nick Allen, and that'll end the inning. Woo! Got out of that one. We'll be back in a flash. 1-1. Michael Harris leads us off.
What do you call the sexuality where you like men and women, but they don't like you? By yourself.
Riggins. He's going to go all the way. Unless Blackwood can catch him, and he can't.
And with that, he has just set a Super Bowl record of 162 yards. The announcement now, it's official, the most valuable player, Super Bowl 17, John Riggins.
Here's a nice little phrase you might want to learn in the future. It's called, long story short.
Okay, and here's one for you. No thanks, I'm full.
You're so bad in bed, you only lasted 3 strokes. Pretty sure that's a birdie. We take those all day.
Shortstops were historically smaller, contact hitters. But Cal was big and hit for power, too.
Well, I was always looked at as an offensive shortstop, and in some ways I was proud of that, but in some ways I took exception to it.
Ground ball up the middle, long run for the shortstop. Cal Ripken wheels, throws, in time! My God!
He made plays at 6'4.5" that would boggle your mind.
To think that he could go out and play shortstop as well as he has played it. He looks like a tight end.
Of all the things that I've been given credit for, the one that is most meaningful is my success at shortstop as a big guy kind of opened the doors for other big shortstops.
Cal did help pave the way for taller shortstops that followed, but first, he had to blaze a trail at short for himself.
Cal's got it!
Literally an everyday player.
And he'd play the bulk of his amazing streak at the physically demanding position of shortstop.
And let it be said that number 8, Cal Ripken Jr., has reached the unreachable star.
Please like and subscribe today. YouTube.com/@Braves Country. One to one your score. We are here in the top of David Robinson's already in here. All right. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris II here in the top of the 6th. Is a swing and a miss strike. It's 0-1. That's it for Ranger Suarez. Right there on the outer black. It's 2. 0-2 count. Swing, fouls it away. 1-2. Dave Robertson signed in the middle of the season as the pitch, swing and a miss. Chase one well out of the zone. Strike 3. There we go. I noticed it had fallen way well behind. It looks like we got it back in action. First pitch on the way to Sean Murphy is sinker at the knees. Called for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Inside. 2-0. Signed a prorated contract. He held out all season. He was waiting for someone to get hurt, and essentially that's what happened with the Phillies. Is the 2-0s popped up high in the sky, deep into right field, went away. David Robertson, we've seen him quite a bit. He's 40 years old. 5'11", 195 out of Birmingham, Alabama. I bet he's got an opinion on that Alabama-Auburn rivalry. First pitch on the way to Alvarez is up top. For a ball, it's 1-0. He has a career 2.89 ERA. Been pitching since 08 in the majors. Started with the Yankees, the 1-0. Dribbles it over to second, 4-3, and then easy going. Quiet inning for the Braves. Braves go down in order. Phillies come back. Bryce Harper leads it off. When we return, bottom of the sixth, here in Braves country.
I love when my own brain decides to ruin my own day. Like, whose side are you even on, man?
Southern white people and black people are damn near the same. We like guns, we like Jesus, and fried chicken.
Yo, white people, it's always this stigma or stereotype that white people don't season their food.
Mm-hmm.
You eat from a white person in the South, they season the shit out of everything.
Yeah, they definitely.
Like Paula Deen?
Yeah. Yeah, she wasn't the first one in her family tree with 3 chins. Like, they know what they're doing. Mac and cheese, fried chicken, collard greens.
Yeah, white people mac and cheese so good. That's why it's the main course for them.
Number 2 is A-Rod.
Alex Rodriguez, when you think of him, number one, I think of the young kid that came up with Seattle. And you were just floored at what he was able to do on a baseball field.
Oh, what a monster shot by Alex Rodriguez.
A-Rod is another guy that brought the offensive firepower, probably even more so than Cal Ripken, to shortstop.
Much like Ripken, the 6'3" Rodriguez brought a fluid grace to shortstop that belied his size.
Great stop by Alex Rodriguez, who throws him out.
And along with the Yankees' Derek Jeter and Boston's Nomar Garciaparra, A-Rod stood tall amongst his fellow superstar shortstops of the day. And in 1996, his .358 average led the major leagues. In addition, A-Rod stole 176 bases while at short.
For him to put up those kind of numbers, play shortstop every single day, he didn't miss a game. He took one day off his whole time in Texas. It's pretty remarkable what he accomplished in his years there.
A-Rod checks in as our second best shortstop. Had he remained at short, he might have been number 1.
Hey, Braves country, we're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball. Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Bryce Harper is 91 inside for a ball. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup, the 1-0, down and in, 2-0. So VJ Edgecombe is from the Bahamas. I was almost wondering if he might have been from the area. Everyone was coming up and introducing themselves as the 2-0, grounded on over by the first base side. Olsen to Elder. What away. They got him up in the nosebleeds. They're interviewing him. He is up in the nosebleeds. This guy's a first-round pick of the 76ers. You can't get him in box. Can't get him in there with the owner's box or something. First pitch swinging, high and deep into center field, going back on the track, at the wall. Michael Harris II with the loud out number 2. 75% of this world is covered by water. The rest by Michael the Hawk Harris. Seems like he's got a pretty good personality. I gotta look this kid up because I'm wondering. I honestly didn't pay much attention to the NBA draft this year because we weren't covering it like we used to. And if my team's not in it, in the lottery, I don't really care, to be honest with you. First pitch off of that 1-0, misses high out up over the zone, 2-0. 20 years old, 6'5", out of the Bahamas is that VJ Edgecombe. I think that's how you pronounce it. I might be butchering the heck out of that too. played his high school at Long Island Lutheran Middle School. 3-0 outside wide, ball 4. So Captain Caveman will head on down to first. Brandon Marsh with 2 outs. We'll move the stream back in case there's any movement on the base paths. Third pick overall. Assuming that's Long Island. Yeah, Long Island, New York. I was going to make sure there wasn't some other Long Island high school with a nickname. Man, I bet Brooklyn Nets and New York Knicks fans are mad about that going to Philadelphia. Woo! New York City kid? Well, not quite New York City, but a New York kid. Castellanos the batter. Pitch on the way, chops it over to third, and Nacho flips it to second. Would have been a much easier play going to first, but that's where he went. Elder out of the jam. He's got a 3-hitter going here. We head to the 7th here in Braves country. Not too shabby.
Did you know that if you sneeze and fart at the same time that your body takes a screenshot?
It's just weird, because it seems like someone definitely touched my drum set.
Yeah, that is weird.
I know you touched my drum set, and I want to hear that dirty little mouth admit it.
You get out of my face, or I'm in a roundhouse.
You swear on your mom's life that you didn't touch it then. Where are you going?
Going upstairs, because I'm going to put my set on your drum set.
I have 2 moods. Really? What's the first? Constant panic and worry about every little detail. And the second? It is what it is.
Pittsburgh's legendary shortstop, Hannes Wagner.
Hannes Wagner is the only player who began his career before 1900, who is still regarded by most baseball historians as the greatest player ever at his position.
Powerful throwing arm, quickness, agility. This guy moved with ease and grace on the ball field, led the league in stolen bases many times.
Wagner won 8 batting titles, and he batted 300 or over for 17 straight years.
Hannes Wagner was the whole package. He was the 5-tool player. He was the Willie Mays at shortstop. You may argue there were better players, but I think it's tough to argue there were better all-around shortstops.
And Wagner rose to the occasion when it mattered most, like in the 1909 World Series.
Wagner outperformed Cobb during that World Series, out-hitting him by over 100 points. Wagner hit 333. Wagner had 6 stolen bases, and the Pirates, Wagner's Pirates, went on to win the series in 7 games.
Throughout the first 2 decades of the 20th century, Wagner made his case as one of the greatest players ever, and his achievements during that time still resonate today.
This man's accomplishments and abilities have stood the test of time for well over 100 years.
He was one of the 5 original members of the Baseball Hall of Fame and had as many votes as Babe Ruth.
Welcome back. Matt Strom, the left-hander, comes on to face Vital Brujan. First pitch on the way. Right there. First strike, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Brujan pitch hitting for Nick Allen. Chops it foul. It's 0-2. You talk about someone who can't read a game. You've got a left-hander being brought in. Nick Allen is 2 for 2 against left-handed pitching today. The 0-2. Swing, pops it up. Down the right field line. Easy play, easy out, easy at bat. One away. I mean, he just does not understand the game. It's dumbfounding. I can understand if back in the old days when you could bring as many pitchers you want as possible, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to put the switch hitter out there, I'm coverable. The lefty has to face the next 3 batters. So Why did you pull Nick Allen, who's got 2 hits against left-handers tonight, and he's hit them pretty sharply, too. First pitch on the way to Profar, pop fly, can of corn past second base, quickly 2 outs. Try to bite your tongue, but it gets really difficult. One to one your score, top of the 7th. Lefty, Matt Olson, the batter. First pitch, takes it off the edge. Just missed outside for a ball. It's ball. The 1-0. Swing, lifts it into center field, down for a base hit. And Matt Olson, a little bit of life here in the 7th inning. With 1 out, with 2 outs, we get 1 on.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
First pitch swinging by Acuna, pops it up. Luckily, it'll fall out of play. It's 0-1. For some reason, Acuna is wearing a bunch of, what is that? Is that puce all over his arm? It's like a pinkish purple. Tonight, I don't know what that's about. The 0-1 misses high. 1-1. Looked like it hit the zone. Strom doesn't like it. Yeah, it definitely hit the zone. I thought it had to be a part of your team colors. I don't know where he gets away with that with those colors. It's like a pink and purple. The 1-1 misses high. 2-1. Are those colors in one of the City Connects or something that I'm not aware of? Because I thought we'd stayed pretty true with the red, white, and blue. I know our City Connect one I'm thinking of is, I don't know. 2-1 count. And this is up top again. Question mark, 3-1. Strom does not like it. I can't blame him. One of those pitches has to be a strike. But we'll take it. It's a 3-1 count. Runner at first. Infield is back and to the left. Take my word for it. I know it looks like there's nothing but ghosts out there. The 3-1 down and in. Did it go around? He did not. Ball 4. I thought they might give him a charity check swing strike because of the last 2 pitches that were called, that weren't called correctly. But he'll head on down to first, and we got runners on first and second.
Bravo.
There are 2 outs, but Ozzy Albies, who's been hitting pretty well, he's from the right side of the plate where most of his power comes from.
Bravo.
First pitch swinging, belts it high and deep into left field, and it's going to get caught at the warning track at the wall for a loud out number 3. Ozzy just missed pay dirt. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. 1-1 your score. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. And you know what that means. Get up and stretch.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. We out to the ball game. We out to the night. Find me something up Cracker Jack. I don't care if I have to get back on the creek.
Welcome back. Resetting the screen again. It's turned into Ghost Central. First pitch from Elder is off the plate wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Elder misses, ball 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Swing and a miss. Kepler coming out of his shoes. Braves 1, Phillies 1, bottom of the 7th inning. One run, 11 hits by Atlanta. I mean, just, it's 2025 all in a nutshell. The lack of hits and runners in scoring position. The 2-1 swung on, chopped over towards the mound. Elder has it, flips it to first, one away. One up, one down, stop the batter. Number 8 hitter takes the first pitch outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Right there, floats a 92-mile-an-hour sinker on the outer edge. The 1-1 chops it off the plate. So a 1-2 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Steps out the box, the pitch. On the way, 94 miles an hour. Just misses outside. 2-2. The 2-2 swing, slices it foul. Bruhan will stay in to play shortstop. I mean, I still can't figure. What drives me the craziest is that no one's going to ask him postgame. No one from the Braves side is going to go, why did you pinch hit a switch hitter for the right-handed Nick Allen against a lefty who has 2 hits tonight against lefties? The 2-2 pops it up high in the sky, but not very deep. Converging on it is Harris and Acuna. F8 your scorecard, 2 down. It made 0 sense because you might need him to pinch hit down the road in the game. It's a tie ball game. And in a close game like that, defense could be what separates you between a win and a loss, and you just took our best defender out of the infield. First pitch on the way, swung on and fouled straight back by the backstop Rafael Marchand, who's 0 for 2 on the day. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Brains it, swing. Bangs it foul down the first base line. It's 0-2. Oh-2 count. Dylan Lee warming up in the bullpen. 95 miles an hour, high and out of the zone. 1-2. The 1-2. Bender in the dirt. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Yak him. Sit him down, Joe. My fingers is so. We'll be back in a flash. 8th inning we go, and you know what that means here in Braves country.
106 miles from Chicago. We've got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
It's happy hour. When wins become losses and losses become wins.
You guys going to happy hour? Yeah? Yeah, I'll come for a couple. Just a couple, though. Not like last time.
When buying a beer, don't make this mistake. Buying only one beer can cause a misalignment in your spine due to the uneven weight distribution. This can cause unnecessary back pain and potential spine issues. To prevent this, carry 2 beers, ensuring your body is balanced and proper health maintained.
Okay. Let's get it! Hey!
Afternoon, everybody.
Put my pants on, one leg at a time. Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is not...
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
You're in Braves country.
Drink a beer. Salute.
They're making it laws where you can't drink when you want to. Pretty soon we're going to be communist country.
Well, for me and the Lord, you gotta understand it. We're on a mission from God.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to kill me!
Orion Kirkering, who we've been able to get to in the past, comes on. He's got a 3.04 ERA, right-hander, set to face Marcell Ozuna. First pitch is in the dirt. It's 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Ozuna 0 for 2 on the night. The pitch, swing, pops it up. Easy play. Can of corn just past the second base bag. 2 down. Or 1 down, excuse me. That'll drop Marcell Ozuna's batting average even lower. He came into tonight clinging on to 230. He's at 226 now. I mean, he is in an absolute free fall. First pitch on the way is 97 up top, outside wide. It's 1-0. If you're going to pinch hit for somebody, why didn't you pinch hit Drake Baldwin right there as the DH? I mean, come on. Get your head out of your rear. 1-0 right there. 1-1 count. Righty-lefty matchup. Orion Kirkering brings it, swings, chops it foul. 1-2. So for those of y'all who might have missed it, I'm sure someone's going to ask tomorrow night, but I'll say it one more time and then I'll leave it alone. We will not be doing play-by-play tomorrow night. We will put the chat up with the 3D. This is when I celebrate essentially my birthday. I'll be calling the game on my birthday in early September as the 1-2 off the plate, wide 2-2. But the first, on Labor Day weekend, we've had a long-standing tradition of doing all our fantasy football drafts, watching college football, all that kind of stuff. So that's the one day that I say, you know what? The 2-2 swing. That ball's belted down the right field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is just foul. Took a right turn at Albuquerque, maybe crossed the pole, I don't know, 5 feet from pay dirt. I guarantee you, John, because I do it all the time when I know I'm not going to be here for weeks in advance. Yeah, someone's going to go, wait a minute, what's going on? How come he's not calling it? Well, but we will have the 3D up, and I hope it works. I'm going to do the above view so there's less issues. 2-2 swing. That ball slapped through onto the left side through the infield, the 5-6 hole, and your Atlanta Braves and Money Mike have something going here in the top of the 8th inning. Let's go, Braves country! Remember many, many weeks ago we said the 8th inning was our inning? That seems like 6 years ago, but it was a thing. It was a thing.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle dazzle.
One on, one out, and Daniel Baldwin's now going to pinch hit for Smurf. First pitch on the way is 97 at the knees. It's 0-1. So I still stand by what I said earlier. You probably should have pinch hit Baldwin, the DH position, keep him in to catch. Well, as the 0-1 misses, swing and a miss, it's 0-2. You put him on the DH position and you keep Smurf in to catch. And then you would still have, or you could have done Jake Fraley, to be honest with you. The 0-2, swing, fouls it away, 1-2. With Marcell Ozuna, when the left-hander came out, I would have been fine with seeing Fraley getting some hacks at DH. The 0-2, swing, just got a piece of it, chops it off his instep. Not to mention the fact that Ozuna's been in a bit of a power outage as well during this little mini slump, so he's probably going to get a single if he gets on. The 0-2, swing, lifts it high down the right field line. Will it stay in play? It will not. Bending foul. Plenty of distance, but couldn't keep it straight. 0-2. But if Ozuna does get a base hit, you always have to pinch run for him anyways. And Fraley's got decent speed as an outfielder, so. And I thought he put good at bats on the other night when he came in and started. The 0-2, outside wide, 1-2. I can't imagine the Braves are actually going to re-sign Ozuna. The more and more you look at it, it just doesn't make sense. 1-2 count. Swing, chops it over to second. Only play's going to be to first, 4-3. Stott to Harper just in time as Drake was busting it down the line. But Harris does move down to second base, which will put the go-ahead run in scoring position here in the 8th inning. First pitch on the way is a sinker at the knees to Alvarez. It's 1-1. If y'all ever paid attention to the way Drake runs the first, he doesn't move his arms. They're kind of like up in the air. The 0-1. Right there at the knees. 1-1. Everybody's taught, to pump your arms, make you go faster, et cetera, et cetera. He just keeps them out. I've noticed it a few times. I'm just bringing it up now because I wasn't sure if he did it every time, but I haven't seen him not do it. I don't see him do it when he's going like from first to third. When he's going out straight to first base, he just keeps his arms out. Kind of like halfway in, halfway out, almost at an angle from the elbows out. So a 1-2 count to Nacho, trying to get that run in. This is where Brujan would have been useful. Pitch on the way, swing and miss, strike 3. Gunned him down. Chase one, about 3 inches high out of the zone. Fastball, we'll be back in a flash. Bottom of the 8th we go. And we'll head to the bullpen one more time. this date in 1948, Jackie Robinson hits for the backward cycle when he homers in the first inning, triples in the fourth, doubles in the sixth, completing the rare event with a single in the eighth. In addition to his 10 total bases, the Dodgers' second baseman drives in 2 runs, scoring 3 times, and steals a base, helping Dem Bums beat the Cardinals at Sportsman's Park 12-7. On this date in 1954, in their second season in Milwaukee, the Milwaukee Braves establish a new National League attendance mark of 1.8 million when an overflow crowd watches their hometown heroes drop a double dip to the Dodgers 12-4 and 11-4. The transplanted franchise will end the season with over 2 million patrons through the turnstiles, nearly 4 times the number of fans who attended in 1952, the team's final year in Boston. And on this date in 2000, when the Atlanta Braves come to bat in the bottom of the 9th inning, trailing the Cincinnati Reds 4-2, a power spike causes most of the lights to go out at Turner Field, causing a 12-minute delay. The Atlanta Braves crowd hears a rendition of the song "The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia" while waiting for the game to resume. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. On tie game, face the top of the order. They did not want, I don't blame them, they did not want Bryce Elder going through the lineup for a 4th time. First pitch swinging down the line, giving chases Acuna. He'll run out of room, bounces high and deep into the crowd. It's 0-2 to Trey Turner. Turner reached on an error by Nacho Alvarez. He's 0 for 3. The 0-2, bang down the line, foul. Oh, 0-2 count. Lefty-righty matchup. Swing, fouls it away. Elder did incredible. The problem with Elder is him not being consistent. But I love the idea of Elder. I love the pitchers who aren't necessarily strikeout pitchers that use their defenses. The 0-2, chopper back towards the mound, and jumping out behind home plate is the Drake. The Drake will fire it down to first. Gunning down Trey Turner. Good play by the Drake. 1 away. Not too shabby.
You don't like the Drake?
I love the Drake.
How could you not like the Drake?
Who's the Drake?
The Drake is good.
Lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is right there on the outer edge to Kyle Schwarber. It's 1-0. I just wonder if there's anybody willing to take on Dion. Sorry, he just popped into the screen in the background. Sean Murphy is the 1-0, swing and a miss by Schwarber. He's trying to put a 5th home run on this series. Would anybody be willing to take on Sean Murphy's contract and give us something that we can stick in the shortstop position? Doesn't have to be the moon and stars, because you're going to free money up and you can develop some of the younger guys. The 1-1, swing and a miss, 1 and 2. And they drafted 3 shortstops in their first 3 picks. You only need one of those guys to pan out over the next couple of years, and you've got your long-term answer. We have to find someone who can play shortstop in 2026. Is it 1-2? Chops and foul? Maybe even 2027. At a decent defensive rate, but much higher offensively than what we've gotten over the last few years. And I'm not expecting a Trey Turner. I get it. Those guys are unicorns. They don't grow in the wild. 1-2. Misses high and outside, 2-2. When the season finally slows down, the offseason hits, and I have a chance to do some research. I'm going to come up with a list. But there's got to be a team that needs a defensive catcher that badly and has someone that they can send to us. The 2-2. Down and away. Or even a designated hitter. I mean, I guess that would work too, and you can do another deal to try to bring in a shortstop. But we've got to figure out a way to make the shortstop no longer the hole in our line. It has been the hole in our lineup. 3-2, swing, lifts it into center field. Down for a base hit, and it's a 1-out single for Kyle Schwarber and the Phillies. They may pinch run for him and see what they do here. But ever since Dansby Swanson left, that has been a hole in our lineup. Now, we know Orlando Arcia had a really good 2023, but we also knew that looking at his career numbers, you couldn't bank on that every year. And I would love to keep Nick Allen. I think someone asked about that in the chat. I saw it after the show on Thursday. I think Nick Allen is someone you keep on the roster because he's going to be incredibly affordable and he can play all over the infield. You'd be an idiot not to keep him. Lefty-lefty matchup, the 0-1, swing and a miss. It's only 2. But an everyday player, they've got to find a shortstop that can hit. And even if he's somewhat of a defensive liability, that's what Nick Allen's for innings, we'll say 7, 8, 9. If you have a lead. The 0-2. Check swing, did he go around? He did not want it. And Bo Bichette's not going to be an answer. You're going to hear all that nonsense from clickbait Twitter dorks. They're all going to tell you that Bo Bichette. They're not going to spend that kind of money. Pitch on the way is a ball high and out of the zone, 2-2. Runner at first, Bryce Harper standing at the plate, 1 for 3 on the day. Well, Bo Bichette, Mark, but he's not obtainable. Pitch on the way is dribbled through the infield. And that'll be a base hit. Now Schwarber is 90 feet away. Can't tell if that's Kranitz or if that's Snicker coming out. Somebody's coming out to the mound. To talk to Lee. The Applecast is just following. They must be Snicker. Pitching change. Here comes Pierce Johnson. But he's like, well, thanks a lot. Now you got the runner on the 90 feet away with 1 out. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
It's okay to be white. It's okay to be black. It's okay to be straight. It's okay to be gay. It's okay to be you. But it's never okay to stop at a yellow light when we both should have made it, bitch.
You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light beer from Miller. Down it! I love them. These fans know I drink light because it's less filling and it tastes great. Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on.
Seats, hey, buddy. He missed the tag.
The 9 greatest third basemen. No position in baseball sizzles quite like the hot corner. So let's meet the best third baseman of all time, beginning with number 9. During a 5-year stretch starting in 1910, the Philadelphia Athletics captured 4 pennants and won 3 World Series.
The A's of 1910 to 14 were one of the greatest teams in baseball history.
The infielders on this team, one of baseball's first modern-era dynasties, were so good they were called the $100,000 infield. Manning third in this pricey unit was Frank Home Run Baker, who from 1911 through 14 was among the most feared power hitters in baseball.
During those 4 seasons, he led the league in home runs. He led the league in RBI. He was 4th in total bases. He was 5th in times reaching base. And for good measure, he was also 7th in stolen bases.
He was a power guy in an era that didn't really favor power.
He became known as Home Run Baker not because of his continuing accomplishments, but for 2 swings of the bat in the 1911 World Series, when he hit home runs in successive games against Rube Marquard and then Christy Mathewson. The first won the game, the second tied the game. He was the key to the Philadelphia Athletics championships.
Yeah, I'd like to bet $100.
You want to pick a team?
No, just take it.
Here's Johnson on. Infield back into the left, playing double play depth. To Alec Bohm, first pitch on the way. It's outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0. Come set. Hanger up top. 1. Marlins have put 4 on the board on the youngster, Jonah Tong. They're in the 5th inning, but the Mets are leading 12-4. They finally started getting to the kid. But he can bring it. I've been seeing him hit consistently 96 miles an hour, the 1-1. Swing lifts it. That should about get her. That will. Deep fly ball. Easy tag up for Schwarber. Get it back by Bohm, and it's 2-1. They kind of put Pierce Johnson in a no-win situation there. Probably would have been better off. I know it's hindsight, but probably would have been better off leaving Lee out there. See if he can get him, because Marsh is now due up the left-hander. First pitch swinging. He rips it through the hole. Marsh feasts on right-handed pitching normally, but he has troubles with lefties. So my point being is, it wasn't much of a chance to keep that run off the board, but Lee has shown the ability to strike out righties with that nasty slider in. Johan Duran is warmed up in the Phillies pen, so we'll see him as Philly tries to close this out in the 9th, and he is a nasty customer. If you ever paid attention to him before he came over in the trade deadline, he throws high 90s, an elite closer. First pitch on the way, 96 inside to Castellanos. It's 1-0. Outside wide, 96 miles an hour, 2-0. Count. Swing and a miss. Good pitch. Bender at the knees, 2-1. I just don't think it's likely that you're going to see them. Is the 2-1 down and in, 3-1. It's just not likely to see them break the bank on Bichette. And Toronto's going to have the inside track to re-sign him, but you're going to have, is it 3-1, swing and a miss, 3-2. he's going to be looking for something north of $300 million. The Braves have never given that kind of money out. If you wonder why the Braves are cheap, have you ever met their fans? I mean, come on. You reap what you sow. Runners go, payoff pitch, swing, fouls it straight back. I know Braves fans from way back that haven't bought a new shirt or T-shirt in 2 decades. So the idea that they're supposed to spend when the fans don't, I don't know what to tell you. They'll get out of that terrible television contract in 3 seasons, and then you're going to see some spending, but we just have to endure it, unfortunately. The payoff pitch, runners go, outside wide, ball 4. So Castellanos heads on down to first, and now it's Kepler, the left-hander. The Fighting Deion Sanders are beating Georgia Tech 7-3, but they're still in the second quarter. Looking forward to watching the second half of that after this game. First pitch on the way, 97 up top, misses high, 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. You wouldn't think I would be because they're in the same conference, but I'm just a big Haynes King fan. I like watching that kid play. The 1-0, swing and a miss, 1-1. 1-1 count. And I like that Georgia Tech coach. I think he's going to do something pretty nice there in Atlanta. The 1-1, outside wide 2. 2-1 count. Looks like that kid made it through 5 innings. I'm sure they're going to lift him now. Jonah Tong. Not John Tonga. I thought it was the 2-1 pitch. Outside wide. 3-1. I mean, if I'm him, I'm going to change my name. I think it's much easier to sell that name to Madison Avenue. Jonah Tonga. The ads write themselves. The 3-1 count. Swing pops it up. Can of corn high in the sky. Nacho Alvarez over by third base. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. Well, the Braves dodge a big bullet. Down by 1. You don't love it, have to face Duran, but one swing ties it up. We'll be back in a flash.
And what so far has happened is what most baseball people felt could not possibly happen, that would be impossible to happen, that anyone could come into this haven for home runs, this nightmare alley, and hold the Rockies to no hits. But that's exactly what Hideo Nomo has done through 8 innings. And now one precious strike away. Got him! Hideo Nomo has done what they said could not be done. Not in the Mile High City, not at Coors Field in Denver. He has not only shut out the Rockies, he has pitched a no-hitter, and thank goodness they saw it in Japan.
The Chicago Cubs signed Ron Santo as a catcher in 1959. Once he became a third baseman, he made an immediate impression. Santo took over third in 1960. And for 15 seasons played it like he owned it.
Ronnie was a gutsy player. He'd dive, slide on his belly. Very, very good defensive third baseman.
Good enough to lead the National League in assists an amazing 7 times, while capturing 5 Gold Glove awards.
Oh, great grab by Santo.
Twice he led the league in on-base percentage, and among third basemen he ranks 9th all-time in both home runs and RBIs.
He was one of the best players in the league. He can field, hit, throw, he can do everything.
The Cubs win the ball game. Look at them all grab Santo.
Ron was tough. He didn't miss games. I remember him getting hit in the face. He took 1 day off. He was just that type of guy.
Ron Santo still recovering from a fractured cheekbone. Nevertheless, will play in today's game.
Join the country club today. You'll have access to badges, one-of-a-kind emojis to display your Braves pride throughout the ball game. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today. Yeah, y'all's comments crack me up. Mark, I don't know what you're talking about. Did Deion say to smoke pot in the stands? I'm starting to think Iron Lung is smoking it because he said deep. You read some of these, and I know they're not related to each other, but you read these comments during the break, and you push them all together. You're like, man, I think Iron Lung got a contact buzz from the Deion comments from Mark. Righty-lefty matchup. Bruhan stands in. Inside. For a ball, it's 1-0. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Mark. He told the fans to smoke dope in the stands. It's pretty funny. He's just clickbait central. He says stuff to trend is what he does. The 1-0. Chops it over to second base. 4-3, one away. Back to the top of the order, trailing by 1. One swing can tie this, and we've got the men to do it coming to the plate. Profar and then Matt Olson. If anybody gets on, Ronald Acuna Jr., Ozzie to follow. Two outs to play with for the Braves here in the ninth. A couple of defensive changes here. Bader's in center field now. Kepler switches to right. As the first pitch on the way is a P at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Bader in center. Marsh goes to left. Kepler goes to right, if that makes sense. First pitch on the way off of the 0-1 is inside, 1-1. So Castellanos came out of the game. Remember, that was the thing. We got mad about that recently. He got mad. Him and the manager got into it. Bob Thompson, the 1-1, outside high, 102 miles an hour, 2-1. Thought about going for it. Somehow he held up. This kid can throw it, man. Blazing. 102. Their problem in the postseason is going to be getting to him. The 2-1. 99. Mile an hour. Calling that a splitter. That thing don't split nothing but air. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 102 miles an hour out over the plate. Acuna just motioned in the dugout, whoever he was talking to, saying, I'll hit that one out. But we got to get to him because it's Olsen coming to the plate. I would like to see a showdown of Acuna versus Duran. That'd be a lot of fun to see. Well, we got to get there. If there's a guy you want to have at the plate, and someone can clock it, it's the next two guys in the order, Olsen and Acuna. Mano y mano. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. They're playing with the pitch com thing again. That's what the meeting on the mound is. Man, Alfonso Marquez, I've always kind of noticed it, but they just showed a shot from behind his head. He looks like a taxi cab going down the street with the doors wide open, man. Those ears. You better hope there's not a good wing guessing. He's going to take off like Dumbo. God bless those pygmies. First pitch on the way is a change up in the dirt. It's 1-0. Righty-lefty matchup. It was right around the time that you got that contact buzz, Iron Lung. The 1-0. 100. 100-mile-an-hour splitter. Make that make sense. It's 1-1. The 1-1 count. He's got a splitter, a four-seamer. He does have the curve and the sweep. The 1-1 swing, chops it foul, and the Braves are down to their last strike. Chris Sale will be on the mound tomorrow night. We'll turn the chat cast on. Probably about 5:30. Game starts at 6:05. The 1-2. This is high 2-2. Two count. Swing and a miss, strike three. 101 miles an hour on the outer edge, and that ends the game. Braves lose a tough one, 2-1. Great pitching by Bryce Elder. The Braves, once again, bested by a Ranger Suarez start. Kirkering will get the win. The Braves scattered 12. You can't scatter hits worse than they did tonight. 12 hits, and they came up with 1 run in the second inning. They had chance after chance to put pressure on, never got it done. We'll see you. Well, I'll see you on Sunday, but we'll put the chat up tomorrow night. I'm sure I'll be in it. About 3 sheets to the win. We'll see you tomorrow night, Braves Country. Y'all have a great one. 2-1 your score on a Friday night in Philadelphia. Smell you later, Philly. Casey at the Bat by Ernest Lawrence Thayer. The outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 4-2, but with 1 inning more to play. And when Cooney died at first and Barrows did the same, a pall-like silence fell upon the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to the hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could but get a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, as did Jimmy Blake, and the former was a hoodoo, while the latter was a cake. So upon that stricken multitude, grim, melancholy sat, for there seemed but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all, and Blake, the much despised, tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and men saw what had occurred, there was Jimmy safe at second, and Flynn a hugging third. Then from 5,000 throats and more rose a lusty yell. It rumbled through the valley, it rattled in the dell. It pounded on the mountain and recoiled upon the flat, for Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing, and a smile lit Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance flashed in Casey's eye, a sneer cooled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in a haughty grandeur there. Closed by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar, like the beating of a storm waves on a stern and distant shore. Kill him! Kill the umpire! Shouted someone on the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage shone. He stilled the rising tumult, he bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the dun sphere flew. But Casey ignored it, and the umpire said, "Strike two!" "Fraud!" cried the maddened thousands, and echoed answered, "Fraud!" But one scornful look from Casey and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain. And they knew that Casey wouldn't let that ball go by again. The sneer is from Casey's lip. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow. Oh, somewhere in the favored land, the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out. Casey at the Bat, Ernest Lawrence Thayer, published June 3rd, 1888. San Francisco Examiner.
Goodbye, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. We're back tomorrow with another show. Well, unless we're fired, we'll talk to you then. Goodbye, sweetheart. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Guys and gals, it's time to go. We'll see you on the next show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
It's closing time, y'all. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Have a great one. On your way out, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to tip your favorite bartender. We'll see you. I'm Mac McGee, signing off for Braves Country Radio.